Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Fox is back, hey, hey, hey. Fox is back, hey, hey, hey. They created a monster. Did anybody think it would get any better? Stop her from speaking or leaking emails like contrails or entrails. Well, now back to reality. What that goes proof and he can't see the truth, and he won't clean up after he trashed his own rep, and he hears his own rhapsody strike. He says gleefully, take her down easily, won't give a fuck if she can't feed her family. It's also dang simple, he thought, mental cripple.
I'm back.
But guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Hey, hey, the fox is back.
You gotta be kidding me.
It was easy, report the free speech. It's not a reach for a guy that's sleazy. Who cares, it's not he with 6 mouths to feed. He hopes she bleeds and headlines lead with mac and cheese. My God, what a sleaze. But guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? The fox is back, hey, 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 hey. The fox is back, hey, hey, hey.
I am to misbehave.
He can't stop the signal, Mal. It's the principle. It's a free-for-all, not a dictatorship. With the flick of his wick that he dipped in his poison ink. Did he really think he could silence speech? He gotta think another thing. Cause guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Hey, hey. The fox is back. Hey, hey, hey. Fox is back, hey.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm back in the house. I'm in my studio. It's me, your favorite medium smart journalist, back together again with Tug. The rumors are not true. We are not fighting. We've not broken up. The triplets are fine. Everyone can breathe a sigh of relief.
Who are you again? How did I get here? Who's this person?
I was feeling so left out all week.
I know, man. Last week, good Lord, there was so much stuff that went on, too. I was like, man, Megan, you're missing out. You are missing out on
That
the
always
fireworks.
happens when I go on vacation, every single time. When I went to Disney World last year, the judge's order came down in the Townsend twins case, like while I was in Disney World. Like, you know, it's going to happen as soon as I go on vacation. Big shit will go down for sure. It's just the way of the world, man. It is the way of the world.
To be honest, too, this case, like every day, there seems to be something new. So,
I know.
You know, honestly, how could you say, well, you know, it's because you went away? No, it's because it's another day.
It's just another day. Yeah, and everybody's like, no more vacation. Unfortunately, there's another spring break coming up. That was my college daughter's spring break. Now we have to get through the high school and elementary school kids' spring break, and I will be gone for another week in April. So it's gonna happen. But but the videos worked out. You guys seem to really like them. It kept the channel going. I didn't lose out on anything. So that's really what I'm going to do for the future, is just more short form videos while I'm gone. So I think you guys all liked that, and I enjoyed making them. By the way, I made another one today, which is out. So make sure you check it out if you haven't. But there's a new video up called "Lawyer Disbarred," and it's about a Florida attorney who was disbarred for exactly the same things that Bruce has been doing, social media posting. It's incredible. And I have the live hearing where this attorney's attorney is fighting for him in front of the Supreme Court of Florida, and it's really fascinating. Not that I think we're going to have any extra time, but if we do have any extra time today, it's only 21 minutes. Maybe we'll go over it, or maybe we'll do it at another time. But I do have it, and it's really interesting to listen to the judges on the Florida Supreme Court really go after him for, like, why should we keep this person barred after what he did? And it's very interesting, you guys. Very interesting. Oh, and by the way, Tug, did you watch my video that dropped today?
I did. Yeah.
Did you see the orbs at the end? Did you see the the
Oh,
weird
yeah, yeah.
thing, the
Mhm.
weird little balls of light
Yeah.
that kept bouncing around my head.
Yeah.
All right. So for those of you who haven't seen it, so this happened while I was streaming and I saw it. This has kind of been happening recently. And I know it's weird. And I don't really believe in this stuff usually because I just don't. It's never happened to me. So I don't know. But everyone's telling me that like Jeff is screwing around with me because there's these little balls of like little orbs floating around in front of my camera, but they're not in front of my eyes. This is the weird part. I can only see it on the camera and you guys can see it too, but I don't see it in front of me. And that's what's so weird. But this one, and I got a close up of it, does like a little loop-de-loop in the air. And it's not moving with the wind. My fan was off. There was no like moving air. There were no dust motes like flying around. And this little thing is just doing its own thing and doing a 360. And it's really weird. Here, I'm going to show it to you guys because it's weird. And I think we should look at it because I think it's funny. And if it's Jeff screwing around with me, I approve, Jeff. I approve because this is funny. And especially because like it derails me because I see it happening in the camera. And then I'm like, what the hell? So you can see it right here at the end. I watch it happen. Watch this. Help in counseling. And I hope you get it. I hope the bar refers you for it. And I hope you get it. And that's just a small. All right, here it comes. It flies in from the dresser right here. If you guys can see it, it's coming in here. It's going to make a little loop-de-loop on my head and then disappear into my hair. Here it comes. And I'm going to see it and it's going to derail me. Representation of some of the posts. But he has been posting way more. I'm like, wait, what was the thing? What was
What is living in my hair?
What is what? Watch my face. This is so funny. That's just a small representation of some of the posts. But he has been posting way more than that. And I'm like, stay on topic, Megan, stay on topic. And that was the second one that I saw. So wait, and here, we have all kinds of day. I just saw an orb go by. Is that you, Jeff? Because it wasn't in the room, it was just on the camera. That keeps happening every time I do these videos. I see a little light orb go by. Did you see that? A small representation of some of the posts. As we come up to the April 3rd hearing where Bruce Manskin is scheduled to be. That one moves like a paper airplane. Watch this one. This one is incredible. This was at the very beginning, and then it disappears in front of my face. It doesn't continue going. Look at this one doing a loop-de-loop. There it goes, doing a loop, turning around, going back the other way. What the hell is that? Then it goes over my forehead and it disappears. Did you see that? Am I seeing things? Tug, did you pass out from the shock of it?
No, I'm working on my microphone real quick. My microphone is making a weird noise. I was trying to get it right. I was like, what the hell is that sound?
It was not a fly.
Maybe the orb flew into my mic.
Dandruff does not do loop-de-loops. I'm sorry. But like, look at it do a 360. You have to see it do a 360.
Dandruff on a kamikaze mission.
Look at this. This is not a dust mote. Watch. Watch what it does. It goes that way, then it turns around and does a loop-de-loop right back into my hair. I think Jeff is telling me I need to talk about my hair more. That's what I think. I did. It's weird. It's just on the camera, though. It's not in the room. It's true. That's happening. And it keeps happening. When it was happening, if you go back and watch my videos that I did on vacation, there were several of them in there. There were several times that little glowing thing is just like bouncing around on the camera. And it's hilarious. I choose to believe it's Jeff messing with me because that's funny. And I prefer that to some sort of bug or whatever.
I prefer that to anything living in your hair. Yes, I agree.
I am the princess says Jeff is messing with you, and I love it. Yeah, it's very strange. It wasn't the sparkles from the earrings. I swear that was not No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I mean, it was still funny. Anyway, if you have not watched the video that I did, Lawyer Disbarred, you should definitely go and watch it because there's some very interesting things. There's an interesting case happening in Florida, or that just happened in Florida, and a lawyer was disbarred for his disparaging and humiliating social media posts. Weird. That's exactly what Bruce Manskin has done in this case. So, oh my God.
That is wild, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I like that new post. I like that post you posted today, by the way. The one in the last hour, with BBB being like, yeah, I'm going to destroy him.
Yeah, so let's actually talk about that first. So there's so much to get to. Shara dropped a new video today.
Yeah.
And in it was this. Let's go over it. Let's take a look at this. Let me move StreamYard to a different page. All right, there we go. Let's share a screen. There we go. Okay. All right. I said, what kind of lawyer would say something like this in writing? Proof of conspiracy to destroy Jeremy Hales and his YouTube empire. Holy God, as that umbrella guy would say, that umbrella god
Indeed.
would say. Now let's get close up. Let's open this in a new tab and share that instead so that we can get closer, so we can really look at this. But let's just look at, why can't I get over it? Move. Okay, there we go. So this is Bruce writing to Shara. I need her. I need you. She's talking about Michelle and Shara. She needs both of us, whether she admits it or not. We have a goal, and we can either get hung up on these things that don't advance it, or we can stay focused. Destroy Jeremy Hales legally. That is the goal. Now, I had some time to think about this today, and I had a thought about that because to me, that was like jumbo shrimp. Destroy Jeremy Hales legally. To me, that's like saying jumbo shrimp. These two things don't go. Destroying someone has no basis in the law. You know that? There's no basis in the law for destroying another person. That's actually against the law.
Remember, they keep throwing a fit because they say that Jeremy Hales, his reasoning behind suing isn't winning. It's trying to destroy and cripple these people financially. So it's like, okay, that's interesting. So your motive isn't to win cases. It's to destroy somebody. All right, I see you.
Mm-hmm. And it is an oxymoron. Thank you, chat. That was the word I was looking for, just like jumbo shrimp. Destroy legally has no meaning. It has no meaning. It's not logical. To destroy legally, it doesn't make any sense. There's no way to destroy another human being legally.
You're like, oh man, he typed that? Yeah, that moron must be on Oxy. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. So he says that is the goal, to destroy Jeremy Hales legally. That our client, his victim, is so difficult is unfortunate, but it doesn't change the goal. I want to destroy this man and his YouTube empire. Wow. Is this the purview of a lawyer?
Yeah, destroying somebody and their YouTube empire. Wow, that's fascinating.
This is insane. This is worse than we're creating an anti-what the hell's media ecosystem.
It is.
I didn't think I'd ever see I didn't think I'd ever see in writing something worse than that. But here we are. Here we are. Is this evidence, do you think? Do you think it's evidence of a conspiracy, Todd?
I believe it is.
Wait, I'm on the jury, and Randy throws this up on the screen and says, here's your evidence. Here, right here, Bruce Manskin says in his own words, I want to destroy this man and his YouTube empire. And if my, if the bar of proving that this is a conspiracy is someone conspired to take down Jeremy Hales, and I see this, I'm like, yep, fits the bill.
That's what it looks like to me.
I mean, my God. And he is always doing what he accuses Jeremy of doing. And, I know this in the video too, in Shara's video today. The person who shall not be named on my channel, who is a fake good-for-nothing journalist, calls himself a journalist. He's not a journalist. He's a journalist for hire. What do we call him? A journo for rent? He's a rented journalist. That person was having conversations with Shara, and she showed those.
Mhm.
And one of them, this vile person, says to her, did Megan Fox, and this makes me sick just even having to repeat it, did Megan Fox promise you promotion in exchange for your videos? And I'm thinking to myself, you piece of shit. You're the one charging people to tell their stories. I've never done that. I've never done that. I've never charged a person money to tell their story. I've told someone I would charge her $200 an hour to talk to her on the phone. That's different because I didn't want to talk to her on the phone. That's how I avoided it. But I have never charged anyone money who is a client, or not a client. I've never had a client as like a subject, right? A subject of my stories is someone that I'm investigating because I think that the story is real, the story is good, and I will make money posting it on my social media platforms and on the site for which I write. That's how I get paid. I don't get paid by victims. And this motherfucker, sorry, are we past 2 minutes? Yeah, I can say it. This motherfucker is out there asking people if I promise them promotion in exchange for some kind of content. Like, you're disgusting. You disgust me. You impregnated a victim. You slept around with victims, you asshole. And then you charged people for telling their stories. You're a journalist for rent. You're a disgrace. You're a joke. You're a fraud. And then you're asking her if I promised her some sort of promotion for her to tell. No. The only thing I ever promised Shara was that I would help her if you assholes came after her. That's what I promised her. And I have no problem saying it. But how dare you accuse me of doing the things that you are doing? He's out there telling people, this vile person, that he will not tell this story if the money dries up. That as long as the money's coming in, he'll tell the story. His own words. That is
Well,
not
of course,
how I see things.
Of course. I mean, this is the guy that wants $10,000 to cover this story.
$10,000. How ridiculous. I would be telling this story whether or not it was popular in any way because I'm interested in it. I'm interested
because it's public
in
interest and it's newsworthy.
Yep. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who do come here and support the show and support what I do. I really appreciate you guys. You guys have been so encouraging while I was gone. And you know, I was so sick. And my poor mom, say a prayer for my mom, because she also got sick. She refused to stay away from me. I begged her to stay out of my room for 2 days. I was like, Mom, please stay out of here. I don't need you getting sick. And then, of course, she got sick. So she is still very, very sick. It was a very bad flu. And I just appreciate all of you for helping to keep my spirits up during that time. It was really rough. And keep praying for my mom because she is very elderly. And now she has this awful flu and she's doing terribly. She's not doing well. And I feel terrible about it, of course, because I brought it to her house, not knowing it. Of course, I didn't get sick until the day after I woke up in Arizona. So yeah, it sucked. But anyway, thank you to all of you who kept me company and were watching the videos and supporting those and sharing them. And I really appreciate that. It helped the channel stay on target for the month. And that's been exciting. I had to do my taxes recently, Tug. Have you done your taxes yet?
No, not yet.
Holy shit, don't do it. It's the most depressing thing in the world. Here's the thing that really kills me. And here's how you know America's in a bad spot right now. When you do your taxes and you realize, oh crap, I made more money this year than I've made in several years. That's great. And then you go, shit, I'm going to get taxed up the wazoo. I'm going to get overtaxed. It's going to put me in another tax bracket. And then it's almost like, well, maybe I shouldn't work so hard because then I make too much money and then I get more tax. I don't know. It's a whole thing. But I am very proud of myself that I did well this year in the channel is growing, things are going well, and next year looks even better than this year. But of course, the tax man never gives you a break.
Oh no, never, 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 never. Well, I noticed the government never helps me with what I do, but they definitely feel that they are obligated.
But they punish us. They punish us for what we do.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they're never around, oh man, well, I need this, I need exposure, and I need a place to do this and stuff, and I have this weird business partner that never shows up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange. Short Stuff says, how did you like your driverless car? All right, so this is another thing. I don't know if you saw my video, Tug, on Twitter while I was gone, but in Arizona, in Scottsdale, it is one of the first testing grounds for Waymo, which are driverless taxis. Do you know about this?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw some discussion about those.
They have logged like over 1 billion miles with no at-fault accidents. Do you know how incredible that is? I mean, that's a good record. That's a very good track record. And this is my second time in Scottsdale after seeing these. Like the first time I saw them, I was like, oh my God, I'm never getting in that. That's terrifying. But then the second time I was there and I was watching them and there were way more of them all over the place. I just thought, you know what? I need a ride to the airport. I don't want to bother my mom. I'm going to call a Waymo. I'm just going to do it. It was so cool. It was awesome. Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull up the video because it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend. It was very safe. I was watching them drive. It was no big deal. So we're in a Waymo on the way to the airport in Phoenix, and it's pretty amazing. It's a pretty good driver.
It is a pretty good driver.
It's got a lot of pickup.
It does
Jeez.
have a lot of pickup.
Jeez.
That was fast.
I can live stream it, but I don't seem to have like Wi-Fi. So we're in a Waymo on the way to the airport, and there's another one, I think. Let me see where you can see the wheel. Oh no, this is probably copyrighted. Hold on. Let me you can blast the music too, which is really fun. I mean, does it
beg you for a tip still?
No, you don't have to tip it. It's amazing.
I'm shocked it's not, hey, please tip me, You remember that. You remember when our mechanical overlords, they pop up. You remember you didn't tip them. Just remember that.
No, you don't have to tip them, which makes it much cheaper than a cab, cheaper than an Uber. You don't have to tip. And by the way, you don't even you don't book it ahead of time. You just 5 minutes before you need to go, you just call for one and it comes. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's like a really good service. It avoided an accident with a truck that tried to pull in front of us. It does currently go to Sky Harbor Airport. It doesn't do highways yet, but you can get to Sky Harbor with side roads. So it doesn't go on the highway yet. But there's the whole Phoenix Scottsdale area is all Waymo area. And I give it tons of good ratings. I was not scared at all. It was a very good driver. There was one moment where it did kind of pull off. It tried to stop in the middle of the road for no reason. And I don't know what it thought was coming at us, but there was nothing there. But there was also no one behind us, so it was fine. But then it kept going and it was fine. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. My daughter and I had a good time. That was one of the first days I was feeling good too. So we were laughing a lot and having a good time. If you want to see that with the audio, you can go on my Twitter or X, whatever, at Megan Fox Writer, and you can watch it there. Make sure you're following me over there. Why is there a driver's seat? Well, of course, because it is a vehicle. And that's where all the action happens, is over there on the driver's side. So it needs the steering wheel and the pedals and all of that. But you're not allowed to sit in that seat. You can only sit in the passenger or back seats. I was dodging the orbs. Kitty Ninja says orbs, Megan. It was dodging the orbs, obviously. Yeah, this car drives better than my 18-year-old is absolutely correct. I felt way safer with the Waymo driving than my daughter. Truth.
Does it charge more money for the orbs too? Extra passengers.
It did good avoiding a truck tried to pull in front of us, and it totally slammed on the brakes and jutted over to the side and avoided it. It was amazing. I was very impressed. Yeah, they had drivers when they first started. And then, now after many, many hours of driving with drivers and not having any accidents, then they moved on to driverless. And really, you guys, I'm telling you, I felt very comfortable in it. I really did. I loved it. I thought it was great. And I think eventually we'll all be in them and we'll all be reading in cross-country trips instead of driving. And I think that will be great. I will love that. Silence.
I don't even know what to say about that. I don't. I'm just, I feel like
You're getting a long needed break. You've been on every night.
in the 1980s, I was like, man,
go to sleep for a
Terminator,
little while?
sci-fi. And now Megan's like, yeah, driverless cars. And I'm sitting over here playing with my my AI making thumbnails. So I'm like, we're done. We're done.
I told my best friend, I sent her a text and I'm like, I love this driverless car. And she sent back, this was her response to me. Nope. Hard nope. And then she sends me the book cover of Christine.
That's funny.
Which is based on Stephen King's some book by him about a self-driving car that's like a horror story.
Self-driving car. I hope that's not how self-driving cars work, possession and yeah.
Well, whatever. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it's about. I'm just assuming it's about a car.
You need to watch it now and remember you described that just like you described that thing you got into, You do. You need to watch it just so you understand the reference shitters, Then you'll be like, what? That's funny. I'm gonna tell my friends that's what it's about.
Herbie the Love Bug was one of my favorite movies ever. I loved Herbie the Love Bug. That was a great movie, by the way.
I can't wait to tell my friends. I'll be like, yeah, Christine, nah, it's about self-driving car. That's what it's about. Like Arizona,
cars in Arizona.
Yeah, just like Arizona, man. They were like, there's more Christines in Arizona. Yeah, you didn't hear them? Oh, it's funny.
All right. So I'm ignorant of horror movies. I don't know.
I think that's funny. No, it's good. I think it's funny.
All right. There were a lot of things. Oh, I know what I wanted to bring up. I didn't want to do this first. I wanted to bring up the docket. Hold on. How do I open this? There we go. All right. I want to bring this up first because I want to look at the docket has been so freaking crazy.
Oh my God.
That we need to look at that first because otherwise we're not going to understand what the hell is going on here because there's a lot going on here. So let's look at that first. It's been a long time since I've been in my studio, so I'm not used to using my computer yet. Sorry. All right, here we go. All right, so we had an order, document number 113, that was filed today. Holy crap. All right, so this was the order that, so Bruce and we're going to read his motion to dismiss counterclaims 2 and 3. So this order says, I received a request for order under FRCP dismissing counterclaim counts 2 and 3 and a request for leave to effect alternative service of deposition subpoena. The court will require plaintiff to expedite his response to these motions. So basically he's just saying, hurry up and file a response so I can rule on this because I can't rule without a response from the plaintiff.
Dismissing count 2 and 3. Is this his big plan of trying to introduce them to another lawsuit?
Who knows? Who knows, Tug? This guy he's nuts. He keeps dropping all his lawsuits that he said he was winning just to then go refile them again? That doesn't make any sense.
Not just that, man. Like he has worked his way. Well, really, not him. Let's be clear about it. Not him. Lynette Preston has proven repeatedly that she's filing frivolous claims. Let's see. We have the protective order first. Let's never forget that one. That one dropped. All right. Then we have thumbnail. Then we have trespass 5. Now we have how much of a counterclaim? Like, oh, wait a minute, 540.08, which is again the thumbnail case and repeat.
Mm-hmm. And did you actually see his explanation for her dropping? He's taking all the responsibility off of Lynette for dropping the protective order, and he's putting it all on Silverman, as if it was just Silverman's idea and Lynette had nothing to do with it. She was talked to by the judge in that hearing, and she was asked specifically, do you agree to this?
Mhm.
And she said, yes. And he said, you understand what this means. You understand that you can't get any relief now for this, right? And she said, yes. So this idea that he's now trying to rewrite history, he's trying to say that, what? She didn't have anything to do with this? Come on. And it was all Silverman's idea? He also claims, by the way, in those Facebook posts that Silverman got $16,000. That's more money than I thought.
Yeah, it tells you. Also, it proves, again, the indigence part does not work. You know, I mean, it just doesn't. She's got money flowing in from everywhere. It also proves that she is a public figure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing. See, while you were gone, did you catch her post where she was talking about money and shit too?
I listened to all of your shows, so I'm sure I saw it. But of course, I'm not remembering it. I do see that she's running for something now.
Oh yeah, she's running for council seat, and you know, you weren't around. You know, the only thing I was like, well, that sucks. You weren't here to laugh at was crap. The actor. You know?
I was laughing along with the chat. I was there. I was there for that. Crap was great. Constantly referring to
acronym
polyflop. By the way, I think you finally shamed him into stopping using it in filings. Did you notice that the next filing that he did, he didn't say it. He stopped using it. He just said multiplying proceedings. You finally did it. You made him embarrassed to use the word polymop. God, what an ass. What an ass. All right. So he's saying, accordingly, the plaintiff must file a response to the defendant's motion 111 and 112 by 12 p.m. noon Central, March 28th. So that's what is that, Wednesday?
Yeah, here's the question. Okay,
No,
so
that's not Wednesday. That's 4 days from now.
Yeah, this is what I don't get, though. All right. You have BBB for when he got in trouble, where he's looking down the barrel of the April hearing. He was able to get 2 weeks out of that for a reply. Why do we get, again, why are we having an expedited or response?
You know why?
Here?
I'll tell you why. Because he knows that Randy's a competent lawyer. That's why.
Even that, though. Yeah, but I mean,
that's why he's doing it. He knows that Randy's going to be able to do it, and he knows that he will just get it done. This is he treats Bruce exactly as he presents himself, which is a spoiled toddler who doesn't know what he's doing and doesn't know the rules, and that's how he gets treated by the judge.
Yeah, well, he should treat him like that with fines and more. He shouldn't treat him like, that's okay, little buddy.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. It's very maddening the way the judge treats him.
I mean, yeah, drives me nuts.
And watch, Randy will meet his deadline. Whereas if Bruce was given an expedited deadline, he'll file a bunch of other unrelated shit. And then on the day that it's due, he'll file a request for an extension and get it.
That is funny, though. I did think the crap thing did break him. That's what I kept thinking.
It did. It broke him because he stopped using it. Have you seen it in another filing since?
Now he's going to have to be like, I'm going to show you. I'll file it again. And I'm like,
yeah, do it again, Bruce. Do it again. We will keep clowning on you.
I've been putting every image, if you notice in thumbnails, he has like a chain on that says polyflop.
It's been so funny. It's been so funny. Oh God. All right. So action required. Then we have today also action required by magistrate judge. Notified that action is needed regarding 112 motion order for alternative service and deposition of subpoena. Then we have motion 112 order for an alternative service of deposition subpoena by Lynette Michelle. We're going to read that tonight. And then on the 23rd, there was deadlines for 109 motion to dismiss. So I still haven't gone over Randy's slap motions, which are really good. Really,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
That was so funny too. Again, we had the Federal Rule of Civil Procedure. He basically had to refile. He couldn't file two motions together, and that was
Right.
their big cheerleading. Ha, we won! So I was like, "What? You didn't win anything. They're going to be refiled. What the
Yeah.
fuck's the win in this?"
It's funny. They're like, I can't wait to see how they spin this. Okay, well, here's the spin. You want to hear the spin? Although it's not spin, it's just the truth. This is a procedural disagreement. So in some courtrooms, you could have put that in the way that Randy did it. But in this particular courtroom, this judge wants it separated. No problem. You just pull them apart and refile them. It means nothing. It's not like, oh, you're an idiot lawyer because you did this wrong. It's basically a matter of taste. The judge has his particular way he wants this done in his courtroom. Other courtrooms in the past have allowed that to go through together. It's really not a big deal. And he did do just that. He separated them and put it in again. So it's the same motion. There's nothing different in it than was in it before. But let's get over to Bruce Manskin's trying to drop charges. I thought that he was he's trying to drop shit out of the counterclaims. Like you can't even, and then there's this whole thing with Zim and the golf cart. It's really funny. Oh, I'm on the wrong
All this
line.
is crazy. Like, I don't even know what to think about. I've never seen somebody come in, file some shit, and then be like, well, you know what, Judge? I would drop that. Actually,
yeah. When did he pull up the filings on Dropbox, Tug, so I can know when was the initial counterclaim filed? Because I feel like it was just like a week and a half ago, right? It wasn't
the
long
initial
ago.
counterclaims?
Yeah,
That
his original
give me a second.
counterclaims.
Give me a second. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it couldn't have been that long ago.
Because it was like 69 and 70 filing. So
Hey, Dwayne Rapp gifted 10 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much for that. Whoever got those, all of you, 10 of you who got those, congratulations. And you're going to like it in here. It's weird, but we have snacks usually, and there are strange animal noises.
So it was filed 6 weeks ago. It was 0208. That's when the counterclaims were originally filed.
6 weeks? Oh my
Yeah.
God, my YouTube timetable is so off.
No,
It
I
felt
mean,
like
actually-
last week to me.
No, well, I mean, because they've been brought up over and over and over and over again. Typically, they're not so shoddy that another lawyer, you'll have moves to take them out, of course, and you'll have arguments about dismissing this or dismissing that, but you don't think that the lawyer actually will have a good chance of shooting them down. But these have been like, yeah, you know what, Randy may actually take these out because
yeah.
they've
So
been
basically,
horrible.
he basically read the slap motion and was like, "Oh shit, I'm in trouble."
Yeah, that's what it reads like.
Well, it does, because I mean that just came out, and this is his response: is to take out 2 claims from his great counterclaim lawsuit, and he's leaving in the emotional distress. Which, by the way, the intentional infliction of emotional distress is extremely hard to prove. You have to have certain elements. The elements have to be outrageousness beyond what a reasonable person would think, and you also have to show actual damages, and that means not just a doctor saying that you were stressed out. You have to have like PTSD symptoms and it be noted. And in fact, in the Maya Kowalski case, her PTSD wasn't even enough to show intentional emotional distress. And so if her PTSD wasn't enough,
Yeah.
her medical work, what is it that Lynette is going to show that's any different than that? And Dwayne Rapp, thank you for the 50. Huge. That is not ramen money. That's Nike money, Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate that.
That's going to a spiritual boutique and getting all the orbs out of your hair money.
I don't want the orbs out of my hair. Jeff can live in my hair forever.
Hey, man, you can go to 2L and you get some magical peens. Maybe that'll
If Jeff is seriously haunting me by like floating around in my room in little lit balls, I'm gonna be like, man, I thought you had bigger energy than that. You know,
Bigger energy. That's why you got to buy some of those crystal pins. That's what I'm
Flux and
saying.
I were dying. I was texting her after it happened, as usual, because I'm always like, Flux, this weird thing is happening. She's like, it's Jeff. It's totally Jeff. And she was like, I would have thought he had bigger energy.
Bigger energy. That's funny.
Because it is really tiny. It's true. It's true. Jeff, we're making fun of you even in the afterlife. We love you though. We really do. I could hear him. I could hear his
I'm waiting
little...
to hear something crash in your
I know.
studio.
I could hear his gotcha bitch on the the stream deck. Oh man. Oh, I miss Jeff so much. I really do. I miss him, and I wish he were here. I wish I was still texting him. So I had this terrible, awful idea, and I texted Flux about it today, and I was like, so it's either a really bad idea or a great idea, but I can't figure out which one. Should we make a Jeff chatbot so we can still text him? And she was like, oh my God, that's a horrible idea. Or
I think that might be a horrible idea.
or the
It might
best
be,
idea
though.
you've ever had. And it might start like the beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah, it's starting to sound a little scary.
I know. But then she tried it. She tried to create one and have it respond to her as Jeff. And it was so bad. It was so bad. Wait, I have to read to you what it said. Flux, are you here? You should be, because it was so funny. All right. This is what the first try that AI had of a Jeff response. What's the deal with whiskey is the question. Here's what Legal Vice's bot said. Now you're speaking my language. Whiskey's not just a drink. It's a vice with soul. Scotch is my go-to. A good Islay will hit you with a peat and a smoke like a foggy dock at midnight. I've spent enough nights in Busan with a glass in hand to know. Pair it with a cigar and you're living. She's like, it's so bad. And then
very bad.
The user says, can you explain a legal case? This is what AI Jeff said. Let's cut through the legal fog. Pick a case, say that Sarah Boone mess I covered once. Suitcase lady, right? Claims self-defense, but the evidence is tighter than a ship's hatch in a storm.
Oh my God, that's awful.
I'd break it down with a tumbler in hand. Intent, credibility in a jury that didn't buy her story. Got a case you want me to chew on? Or are you just testing my chops?
Be like, wow, isn't he punny?
I told Flux, I'm like, this is the worst idea I've ever had. This is just making me more depressed. So AI has not quite mastered Jeff yet, guys. AI does not know who Jeff was at all. Okay. So, but if one does come up that can actually mimic his 1 a.m. text to me screaming, Megan, I would really like to have that back. If only you could text people in the afterlife, it would be okay. But you just can't. And that's
There's your horror movie right there.
I know. I told Flex this. I'm like, this is turning into a really good horror story right now. This brainstorming we're doing right here. This is how all bad things begin. Right here. All right. So Bruce put this in. Back to Bruce. We have to get off the fun topics and back to this boring shit.
I have to say, this is a fun topic too. Honestly, watching these cases implode has been amazing. It has. It's been absolutely. True. Oh, by the way, let me tease something real quick. Tomorrow we're gonna speaking of implosion, there's more movement on the Scott Stark stuff. Ooh, we'll have an exclusive thing to talk about there too.
Nice. Really? I don't even know what it is. I don't think.
Oh my God, I'm ready for it. Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow too. That'll be fun. See, all this, there's so much stuff that's dropped in the last 2 days. That's a
I
week
know.
of shit already.
I have to do an entire stream on just the slap because obviously slap is one of my favorite things to talk
Yeah.
about. But
Yeah.
that's going to need its own show. And I really wanted to get to this because there's so much hilarious imagery here with Zim Paget in his little
Oh, I
golf
love
cart.
this.
It's
Mhm.
my favorite thing about
Well-
this story is Zim and the golf cart zipping around. Zim zips in his little golf cart all over Otter Creek. And for some reason that makes me laugh.
Well, it makes me like I imagine him evading service in his golf cart, flying through ditches. You remember that police video we saw, and they come like flying through there, and one of them is like busted through the ditch. I mean, that's what I imagine.
Oh
He's evading service. Oh my god, he should paint it up like the Dukes of Hazzard. You know?
He should.
Yeah, it should have the General Lee horn said. Oh my god.
Wait. I found Zim. I found him. I found Zim. Hold on. We have to stop this so we can go and take a look at what Zim's up to now. Zim.
No, it's like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego here? Where's Waldo?
All right.
Golf cart making its way through
Run,
the
Zim,
San Fernando
run.
Valley. Believe these are officers who are trying to deploy the spike strips. So there we go.
That's a
They
golf
can
cart?
do spike strips on a golf cart. Never
The
thought I would say
spike
that.
strip in a golf cart is
And, I mean, the
amazing.
temperatures out here in the San Fernando Valley
Oh my
tonight
God.
are.
There's a dog on his lap. Zim,
so,
put the dog down.
Yeah, he might
Don't
be
do
about
it,
to-
Zim.
Yeah, he might have
Oh
made
my
a
God.
mistake here, and
Look at this.
That's
he
amazing.
going?
He's
Walking
like, oh,
in.
look, they got a
This
chopper
other
out
man
to
is
stop him.
very close by. There's lots of officers very
They've
close
got
by.
a
God, look at all the
chopper.
cops. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
they're
4,
gonna
5.
box them in.
What
They
is it?
just have
7
to.
cops in a
With
chopper?
this many officers and that small of a vehicle.
Oh, look
Come on,
at
guys.
this. They're making him look stupid.
Oh my God. He's
He's
just outwitting
escaping.
all of these cops.
And
Oh
again,
my God.
normally I would say, oh, well,
Look
we
at
don't
all
know
those
if
cops,
there's
man.
passengers in the car, but this time it's pretty clear this was the only man
It's okay,
on
Zim.
board.
It's all right, Zim. It's
He's
gonna
like,
be
I don't want that service, I tell you. it's got that Bruce Cooties on it.
Oh God. Zoom, Zim,
Oh.
zoom.
Oh my God, I forgot to tell you this. So this is random, but still. So my daughter, she wants a phone really bad. You know, she's told us like a million times, even live, she told us she wanted a phone. So she comes to me the other
Right.
day and she's got a toy phone with her. And I was like, what are you doing? She said, I'm calling my friend Anna. I was like, Anna? She's like, yeah. I was like, who is that? She's like, I got bunches of friends. I was like, oh, all right. What are you talking about? She said, Anna's boyfriend's cheating on her. I was like, well, what? I was like, what does that mean? She was like, she's kissing and holding hands. And it was like,
Oh
what?
no.
With coworkers. I was like,
Oh,
with coworkers.
Coworkers. That's definitely frowned upon. You can't
I
kiss
was
your
like,
coworkers.
what is going on here?
She is a crack up.
Yeah.
I
I was like, how
heard
do I
her-
respond? Do
I
I
heard
respond
her-
with
I
you know.
never laughed so hard than when you were like, and why won't I get you a phone? Who did you call last time? She goes, I don't want to talk
I
about
want to talk
it.
about it. That's it. Oh my God. Like that's her go-to. Anytime
wanna talk
that is
about
how that's how you bust her with something. If she's done something wrong, I'll be like, man, how did that orange juice get in the floor? If she didn't, she'll be like, it'll either be, I don't know, or it could be Sissy did it. Could be a 50-50, but if it's I don't want to talk
I
about
don't
it.
want to talk
ma'am.
about it. You
Oh
know
my
she did it.
God.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, that
Yeah.
was so funny. And she stuck to her guns, man. You were like, didn't you call them back several times? She was like, I'm not going to talk about
Yeah.
it.
She does that, man. She locks it down. She knows you can't get her off of that position. She's like, what are you going to do about it? I'm not going to talk about it.
Funny. I was dying. God, she's cute. Oh,
Yeah.
she's a scream.
Oh, she's a little spitfire too. She's hilarious, man.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So
Okay, here we
Bruce put this in. This is his note. Let's get this professional. Can you
Okay.
try to be professional?
Professional. You know
I've
what?
been here. I've only been back for 49 minutes and we can't get on topic.
I said the other day, by the way, I was like, I can actually say professional as a mantra where you weren't on. I was like, ha ha ha, nobody to fuck me up with it. I thought
Okay.
that was funny.
So
Okay.
Bruce did this. This is all about his
Bruce
problems.
did- Yep.
It's all about his problems with Zim. Zim is too zippy for Bruce Manskin. He just zips around and he can't be found. And he just zipping around all over town. That's Zim zipping around town. I can't stop rhyming. I don't know why.
Here's a question. If he does subpoena Zip, I keep going, Zip. I called him Zip just then, by the way. I said Zip.
Zip, Zim zips.
Yeah. If I say Zip, you know what I'm talking about too.
It is a Dr. Seuss book that needs to be written. I'm
Oh.
sorry, but it's happening in my head.
I wonder if Grok can make me one.
We already did this. Don't you remember?
Yeah, I wonder if he can write me a new one for
And
a
it was-
lawyer trying to serve him. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Write
Let's
me
do
a
it.
Dr.
Dr.
Seuss
Seuss.
rhyme about a guy named Zim dodging subpoena. Dodging subpoena. Just a second. The freaking thing there. Okay. Dodging subpoena from a lawyer. Not a lawyer. Not a lawyer. A stupid lawyer
A stupid lawyer.
called the lawyer. Okay, let's see. Let me see.
All right, I've got one. You tell me when you're ready.
You go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, if you want to.
There once was a guy named Zim, so quick, he zipped on a golf course, slick as a trick, with a cart that zoomed. He'd never be beat, dodging trouble on fairways so neat. Now Bruce Manskin, a grump with a frown, sent a subpoena to hunt Zim down, but Zim just laughed with a twirl and a hop, zipping past bunkers he wouldn't stop. Through the greens and the rough he'd glide with a giggle and a grin. He'd dodge and hide. Bruce's papers flew wild in the breeze, while Zim zipped away with the greatest of ease. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I gave it in a town of something. I don't know, Zibber Zam Zoo lived a fellow named Zim, quite a view. With a hop and a skip, he'd dodge and he'd dart, zooming away on his trusty golf cart. Now, this wasn't a lawyer. Oh, no, not a bit. But a lawyer, a fool with a wig that didn't fit. What? I should have given him a big nose.
A wig that
A
didn't
stupid
fit.
old lawyer with papers galore, chasing poor Zim from shore to shore. Gatesville to Gatesville. Zim cried the lawyer with a huff and a puff. I'll catch you, you scamp. This is going through the going gets tough. But Zim with a grin hit the pedal to zoom. Hit his golf cart whirling fast with a vroom, vroom, vroom. It just keeps going now. But this is pretty funny. Oh my God. Let me see.
Okay, wait. I got one. I asked him to do it again, but have him zipping around Otter Creek, which is known for meth addicts and dirty turtle rescues. Ready? In Otter Creek, where shadows creep, Zim zipped fast. No time to weep. Meth heads twitched with hollow stares, cooking sludge in rusty layers. Foul air stank of rot and grime. Turtles hissed in filth and slime. Broken pipes and shattered glass littered paths where Zim would pass. Bruce Manskin's subpoena, a crumpled sheet, got snatched by fiends in a junkie's beat. They cackled wild, their teeth all black, while Zim zoomed on, no turning back. That got really dark.
Oh my God, I like this. It in the lab. Oh my God, I told it to put in a turtle dump too. That was part of my thing. So, in the land of, it called it a turtle dump. In the land of turtle dump, dreary, oh so dire, lived a fellow named Zir, dodging fate's cruel fire, where turtles lay still, left to fade into rot. Zim zipped through his glory with his trusty golf cart. Now, this wasn't from a lawyer. Oh no, not a bit, but a lawyer, a fool with a nose twice as big, a stupid old lawyer with a snaz like a horn, chasing poor Zim through the junkies forlorn. Holy crap.
I love it. That was so funny.
I'm gonna be. Let me see. Can you make illustrations of this?
Can you yes.
make illustrations of Zim on his golf cart being chased by the lawyer? Being chased by the
All right,
lawyer.
here's another version. There once was a guy named Zim, so spry, zipped round Otter Creek neath a murky sky, where meth heads roamed and turtles were grim. He dodged their filth with a mischievous grin. On a golf cart he flew so quick, past dirty rescues and swampy thick. Then Bruce Manskin sent a subpoena to snare, but Zim just laughed through the mucky air. By the creek's grim bend he'd weave and dart, dodging old needles with a cheeky heart. Bruce's papers got lost in the grimy muck, while Zim zipped free with a bit of luck. They made, oh my God, they made Zim look like Megan Fox. Oh my God, this is so funny. Look at what Grok did.
Oh
Grok is obsessed with the other Megan Fox. So when I tell it to do things, it wants to put her picture in here. Like, isn't that her driving Zim around on a golf cart in the mud? Isn't that who it is?
That's hilarious. Oh my God. This is funny. I love playing with Grok every now and then. We haven't done a Grok tale in a while, you know?
It's true, we haven't. I'm going to tell it, Zim is a generic looking old white guy. I don't know that to be true. I'm just, in my mind, I've never seen Zim. I don't know what he looks like.
It made him a weird cartoon, and it's got this like creepy.
Let me see yours.
Oh, give me a second. It just made him like a cartoon. It imagines him like Invader Zim. Have you see?
I like yours. Yours is great.
He's got all the turtles running with him. They're like, we're all out of here, baby. There's even like a half turtle man. Look, it's got human arms. Look at the lawyer's leg. Oh, gross.
Oh God.
What a weird freaking oh my God. You could tweak this though and really have some fun.
God, this is funny. All right, I just asked it to make him a generic looking old white guy zipping through Otter Creek. Here's what it came up with. I like the Walking Dead characters in the background. Those are the meth heads?
Yeah, it turned the junkies into actual zombies. Oh my God. Lord.
Oh man. Oh God. Okay, I'm sorry, chat. I know chat's like legal documents. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's Megan's been away a week. We got a lot of derailment to catch up on.
We have a lot of screwing around to catch up on, okay? Because you guys don't even know that we do this just so we can screw around and laugh and stuff every night.
For real, pretty much.
The fact that we ever get to court documents is a freaking miracle. Okay?
I'm surprised. This is to be honest. I'm surprised we ever cover anything.
And I've been gone for a week. And so we have so much catching up of just total bullshit to do.
I'm going to have to go back and look at the titles of all of my... I can't even remember everything that came up last week. There was so much shit, too.
Oh, there was so much. I lost track. I was doing really well keeping up with doing like those little videos to like, you know, here's what happened today. Just short and sweet, 20 minutes or whatever.
What do you think about T5 falling? Actually, I think that's a good subject, too. You know, while we're
T5.
Trespass 5.
Trespass. Oh, right. I haven't even been here to talk about that. What do I think about Trespass 5 falling? Well, what I thought about it the entire time I've known of its existence, it's a frivolous bullshit lawsuit that should never have been filed in the first place. And it doesn't surprise me that it got dropped. But I did find out they can't go for sanctions because he dropped it before the safe harbor period. So they can only ask for fees. And not even I don't even think attorney's fees apply. I think it's just court costs.
Court costs, yeah. But
so
still,
they got out of that one easy.
Yeah. Well, and we'll talk about that one tomorrow because we got some fun on that. We're getting some total in filings on that, which is good, actually. I think, we already, in the protective order, let's not forget that. There was apparently another violation of protective order. So, you weren't around to talk about that. I mean, you're talking $100 fines and $1,500, I think, per person for lawyer fees.
Wow, they got lawyer fees this time?
Yeah, that's what I'm understanding. I'm understanding $1,500. If I'm not, again, if I'm wrong on that, I can be
awesome.
I can be corrected on that, but I believe it's $1,500 per person.
Alex, welcome to the show. My cousin Alex, my favorite cousin, is here. She says, "Why does the thumbnail pic have a penis for a nose?" That's not a penis. That's just a giant nose.
It's just a giant nose. If it's AI, if it does look like that, well then,
If that's what it looks like to you, Alex, maybe you should be asking yourself that question.
I don't know. Maybe AI picked up on the fact that we call him a dickhead a lot. I don't know.
Maybe. All right. The chat is going wild. They're saying that new documents have dropped on Pacer. If there have been, it's not in my email yet. So Max, if you're out there and you want to send me whatever's new, let me know. I guess the chat's going wild and saying that. So if you have them, send them to us. You guys know my email, meganfox.writer.
Even with
at
just
protonmail.com.
even with everything, it's there's so many documents right now. I mean,
I know we're gonna have content for years.
Days. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're juggling multiple cases. It's wildness. Shoot them over.
Yeah, all right. So we will just move on to the one that we do have, which is Bruce now trying to drop stuff. Okay. All right then. I see how it is. Request for leave to effect alternative service of deposition subpoena. The defendants respectfully request an order granting leave to effect alternative service of a deposition subpoena on a third-party witness, Zippity Zim Paget, pursuant to FRCP 45 by certified mail and or by posting the subpoena on the door of his residence. Memorandum in support, Mr. Paget has evaded service because he's so damn zippy, and so alternative service is warranted to secure his appearance for deposition.
Weren't they the ones telling people to not be served? Weren't they the ones in the ecosystem that were bragging about it? So are they mad about that now?
I don't know. I'm confused. But yeah, apparently they're upset about people who don't show up for depositions or don't get served. I don't know. But when it's them, they're perfectly fine with it. Yeah. So this is quoting the Rivera versus the United States Attorney General. A service of subpoena is governed by Rule 45. To properly effectuate service under Rule 45, the moving party must deliver a copy to the named person. The majority position in the 11th Circuit is that personal service is not required by Rule 45. Tectonic Industries versus Bonilla, blah, blah, blah. Instead, the key inquiry is whether service was reasonably calculated to ensure receipt of the subpoena by the witness. Where personal service cannot easily be obtained. You going to bed, buddy?
Yep.
All right, kisses. I love you.
Love you too.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for closing the door. I don't think he brushed his teeth enough. That was very quick. But I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go because we are streaming. But normally I would be like, hey, brush your teeth longer. Did I feed the dog? My husband is asking me. I don't remember if I did. That probably means I didn't.
No, honey, no dog feeding.
Okay. All right. Everybody wants something all at the same time. Where personal service cannot be easily obtained, a party may preemptively seek an order permitting alternative means of service. All right. You can pick up here, Tug, if you feel like reading.
Yeah, give me a sec. Where are we at? I'm sorry, I was listening.
I highlighted it for you right here.
Okay. Based on the record, the court finds that the plaintiff has demonstrated that personal service cannot be easily obtained. plaintiff has described her unsuccessful attempts at contact with Ching, and the court finds that this is appropriate to authorize service through alternative means. Also, plaintiff proposed method of service through certified mail is, quote, reasonably calculated to ensure receipt of subpoena of witness. We have cases there noting that finding that subpoenas can be served by Federal Express, and also others saying finding a proper service of subpoena by Federal Express in certified mail. We also have yet another case broken away here. For the key inquiry is whether service was reasonably calculated to ensure receipt of the subpoena by the witness.
I wonder if he did his copy paste thing again.
Yes.
Now, every time I see his citations, I'm like, I wonder if he actually looked these up.
I actually wonder how many other documents that he's pulled that with, you know, where he's made it look like he has multiple sources and it's just a copy paste job of one thing. I think somebody should.
Jeffrey says, Megan, they can't find the mayor of the town.
Yeah. I mean, that is fascinating, isn't it?
Just wait. There's an explanation and we're all going to get a good laugh out of it.
God. So Mr. Paget voluntarily provided an affidavit. We saw the affidavit, by the way. If you're keeping score, that's 24-4 for the plaintiff to use in opposition to prior motion for summary judgment. The affidavit veers. On May 14th, 2023, Sunday morning, I was riding my golf cart on the side of the road.
I can't stop hearing the Dr. Seuss poems. Zim zips.
Jim sounds like fun. I'm just saying, like running around town on a golf cart. It's awesome, dude. If we go down to,
I want to be Zim
if
when
you
I
go to
grow
Otter
up.
Creek, can I get a ride with the mayor? Like if I go down there, will he tour me around?
God,
that
I
would
love
be
that.
awesome.
He should offer that.
I would.
As a
I'd
service.
pay for it. I would.
Yeah,
I'd
he
pay
should
for
do
it.
that as a tourist service. You can ride with the mayor of Otter Creek. You can zip around town with Zim.
Yeah, you're out there with your driverless stuff. I'm like, I want the mayor of freaking Otter Creek to drive me around.
Right?
So I was riding my golf cart on the side of U.S. Highway 19 near the intersection of State Road 24, collecting several handwritten road signs. Oh no, it's just so funny looking to me in my mind. On U.S. Highway 19 that had been staked on the grass for all traffic to see. Now, there is no further information, such as why was he out collecting signs?
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You need to know why he was collecting the signs. Maybe because I saw these signs, they were defamatory. I decided to pick them up.
Yeah, they're calling somebody an ARPist. Like maybe you don't want that out there. Maybe you should be thanking Zim for picking them up. You know,
I mean,
just
it's really, there's no further information as to why he was out collecting signs, how he knew about them, how he discovered them, whether he learned anything about them later. What does he do? Is he having them analyzed by the Smithsonian or something? I mean, what?
Or I mean, he's out. Like this is the dumbest question though. He's out. He sees some signs for whatever reason. They call somebody an ARPist that's living in this town of not 100 people. So you're, I mean,
a guy you know, and yeah, and so
you're defaming over 1% of the population of Otter Creek. I mean, that's why. Maybe he's as the mayor. He's like, hey, you know what's not good for tourism? Calling people ARPists. Hey, there's an ARPist that lives here. No, probably not.
It just was brought to my attention. We have I need to redact this thing. Bruce puts stuff in his filings that should be redacted that aren't, and then I didn't mean
screams
to
counsel and stuff at other guys when he's like, you're doxing everybody.
Yeah, you're doxing everybody, and then he doesn't redact it in his own filings. Okay.
That's another one you missed out on too, with him screaming about all of his excuses about why he was talking crap to Randy.
Right.
That's another thing you were going for. Man, a lot.
Yeah. What did he
last
say?
week.
What was his excuse?
that I was a litigant, not a lawyer. And
Oh yeah, I love that excuse. That's a great excuse. That doesn't work at all.
He hasn't answered everything yet. He's still, he gave that filing where he's saying these aren't my answers, but they were full of answers,
I love that for him. I love that.
Yeah. I was like, what in the world is going on with this?
Oh my God.
But yeah,
he's a nightmare.
He doesn't know why they're collecting signs. How he knew about them, again, because he's out on his golf cart. Holy shit, he sees them. How he discovered them, because he has eyeballs.
Yeah, right.
Whether he knows anything about them later, like what? Like what exactly did he learn about them later?
Were they used? She used the sniffy markers to make them, the ones that smell like grapes and oranges.
Oh my God, I hope there's no scratch and sniff signs out there. Could you imagine what they smell like? It smells like Dead Dog Road. Oh, gross.
Oh my God.
It's elementary, my dear Watson. This came from a property with little people in the walls. Oh my God, what is going
no, now I'm seeing Zim in a golf cart dressed up as Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, he's got that big pipe. Oh God, what do you call those giant pipe?
And the magnifying glass and that crazy coat, and he's running around in Florida examining road signs. Elementary, my dear Watson.
I can't remember what.
Oh God! Now he looks like Jeff in my head. With the handlebar mustache. Damn it!
I'm trying to remember what the name of that pipe is. that Sherlock.
The chat says it's a Mershon.
Calabash.
Oh, calabash.
Yeah, isn't it a calabash or the giant one? The big old.
Yeah, that really big one. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. That's what she said.
I think it's
phrasing.
Like, hey, baby, will you pull
the name of that really big pipe?
Yeah. You mean, yeah.
That's what she said.
Oh, God. Now we're back to 2-inch pipe. What?
Smells like meth and mac and cheese.
Oh, no. If they, oh my God, that would be a hilarious, like, fake product mac and cheese flavor. Oh my God.
Methy mac and cheese, an Otter Creek special.
You could make them like this. This flavor is called Tortoise on the Run. That'd be so funny. Oh,
the tortoises are escaping.
The defendants have made exhaustive efforts to secure Mr. Pageant's deposition. Before attempting to subpoena Mr. Pageant, the undersigned emailed him on several occasions at his email address, now redacted, because Bruce filed.
And now I have to take it down and just take a quick look now to make sure there's nothing else that needs to be redacted, because I didn't even think about that, but I should when I'm reading his stupid filings, because he doesn't think about these things.
Because he likes to dox people and then pretend that he's somehow a victim. Exactly.
Okay, so February 3rd, Mr. This is this. I love this part. This is the, what's the word I'm looking for? It is the but like, what is the word? Of his email communications to Zim. So you get to see their inception and then how it changes over time. And it's pretty stark. Okay. So here's the first one. Hold on. I'm going to need my special voice for this.
Mr. Paget, I'd like to speak to you about the road signs that you found and removed. Please let me know a convenient time for a call of 10 to 15 minutes. You can call me, number below, or send your number for me to call. It is my hope that a brief phone conversation will make a formal deposition unnecessary. Thank you, and best regards.
And then we have February 17th. Oh no, I'm already coughing.
Oh no.
We have an escalation now.
Mr. Paget, if you are represented by legal counsel, please forward this, or please reply with their contact information. I would like to learn what you know about the roadside signs discovered by you on May 14th, 2023, as described in your affidavit attached. If you would respond with your phone number and a good time for me to call you, I would greatly appreciate it. I would ask to be able to record the call for some Q&As, strictly limited to the discovery of the signs. I would expect the call to be no longer than 15 minutes.
He wants to wait. So he wants to record this for use in a courtroom? I mean, this seems so inappropriate.
Yeah, so he wants to record it, and then it's not going to be longer than 15 minutes. Judge Grudge's favorite line, by the way.
He wants to depose him.
No, he's trying to get away with doing it without the cost. Do you see? He wants a depo, but he wants to do it his own self, not with a court reporter.
Make him spend lots of money. See, that's actually funny about all this, because if he has to hire people that have to serve him,
yeah,
and they're trying to chase him down. Can you afford a FedEx package, sir?
This is completely to avoid deposition costs. He already owes those people money, so they're not showing up to any deposition of his anymore.
If there is some reason you cannot or unwilling to have a call for me to ask about the signs, please apprise me of that reason so I may take it into consideration in deciding whether to pursue your deposition. I hope to avoid unnecessary expense and burden. Thanks and best regards.
Yeah, we know he wants to avoid the cost.
Yeah, well, it's funny. He wanted to derive those costs up on Jeremy Hales. It's fascinating now that costs are a problem, huh?
Yeah, suddenly it's a problem. Now we have February 19th, and he's escalating again.
Mr. Paget, this is my third and final email in an effort to speak to you on a short phone call. If you will not respond or have your representative respond, we would assume it is because A, you do not wish to tell the full account of the signs, and or B, someone is influencing you not to respond. Please let me know if you're willing to schedule a call today, Friday, or over the weekend at your convenience. Thank you and best regards.
And then on March 7th, he continues. Oh, God, here we go. Oops.
One more time.
Okay, that was a mistaken button. I'm trying to get...
Oops. I have noticed your deposition for March 12th, but Mr. Shockett has asked me to accommodate his scheduling conflict by rescheduling your deposition for March 21st. Please reply if you are willing to appear from any location for deposition on March 21st at 10 a.m. or on a different date no later than the 20th. Otherwise, you'll be subpoenaed to appear on the date of my choosing, and there will be no further rescheduling. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation. In light of Attorney Shockett's request to reschedule your deposition, best regards.
Given. Oh, wait, this is you. You're starting at given.
Given that plaintiff has procured Mr. Paget's affidavit and presumably would expect Mr. Paget's testimony to support their claims, the undersigned also requested the assistance of plaintiff's counsel in contacting Mr. Paget, but he refused to assist. Why would he assist you?
Why would he assist you? You're trying to ruin his client and him. You're trying to ruin him and his client. Why would he help you in any way?
He's not supposed to anyhow. Like, that's not his job.
It's not his job.
He's being paid by someone else to do that. What's he in here to? Who's he billed that to? Who's he billed his time to?
Who does he bill the time to? Is Bruce going to pay for Randy to get him a witness that he needs? That's insane. And if I were Jeremy, I'd be like, don't you dare help him. Don't spend a minute of my time on him.
No way. Because, Randy wouldn't do it anyway, I imagine. Because, again, why would he? You can't force him to do that. It's a bunch of bullshit.
It's absurd. It's absurd. But it's so whiny. Look at how whiny it is. The undersigned also requested the assistance of the plaintiff's counsel in contacting Mr. Paget, but he refused to assist. Oh my God, Bruce.
I seem to
Pick
remember
up-
all these people not showing up that he has live streams with. I mean, almost like it was some
Yeah,
kind
and then
of
they
weird
laughed about it.
conspiracy. Yeah. So, I mean, why exactly should he be helping?
Kevin Sheely says, Clown Soul, do me a favor. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
indeed.
Randy, you scumbag. Now do me a favor.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and Randy actually, for the longest time, did tell him
He
things.
did.
He told him about boilerplates, for example. Hey, that's
He
not going to
did.
fly.
He did not need to do that, but he did try to help
Yeah.
him. And he did not need to do that. And now I'm sure he probably regrets even trying.
Well,
Because
you know, I mean,
this is not the kind of person you help.
yeah, he tried to be decent about something. He tried, but hey.
He tried.
So the return of service attached as Exhibit A establishes 8 attempts. 8 attempts, man, that we have to pay for, damn it. You know how often, you know, it's hard for 2 elves to get out there and walk around and serve these for free. Oh my God, that would be actually even funnier. You know, they can't afford anybody, so they got their PR like running service
on her loofah golf cart.
Oh my God.
The loofah mobile.
Oh my God, pulling up beside him, and he takes off in his golf cart. He's like,
then it's a golf cart chase. This is like a slow speed chase
Oh
at the
my
villages. God. Oh my God.
She's like, but you know what the loofah means? He's dropping nitrous in that mofo. No way. Fast and Furious 9.
Oh
Otter
God,
Creek.
that's funny. Cynthia Fire Fairy says, I have the snake chorus as a ringtone. In public, the look on people's faces is what was that? I've actually had people ask. That is so funny. I love that. That was a great musical, by the way. And by the way, Bruce the Musical is still in production. It's taking longer because it's much longer than the first musical from the Tonsil Twins case. It's probably going to be like 45 minutes when I'm all finished with it. It might even be an hour. I mean, it's a long musical. There's a lot of material, guys. Maybe there should be a song about the loofah mobile. I think I need to add that to the musical. All right.
That's so funny. After wait. It was 8 attempts before. Now it's 7.
It says
attempts?
Yeah. So the return of service attached establishes 8 attempts to serve the subpoena. Okay.
Including leaving a card. Okay. After 7 failed at what? I don't. Okay. So after 7 failed attempts to serve Mr. Paget at his residence, a process server was going to effect service for Mr. Paget at Otter Creek Town Hall Tuesday, March 18th, where there was a scheduled meeting at Town Hall, of which Mr. Paget is mayor. That does make it even worse. I can't serve the mayor. That is funny. That it really is.
It really
pointing
is.
That out was really funny.
I mean, the mayor has like scheduled hours that he's in the office and everything, and he also should have an assistant who can accept service for him. Probably, I would think.
Apparently not. I don't know. Bruce, maybe you should go there if you can ever get out of Gainesville. He's like, I would serve it myself, but I'm still trapped in Gainesville. A handwritten notice was posted on the door of Town Hall informing that the meeting, quote, has been canceled. Canceled. I said canceled due to council members.
Or clownsoled.
Clownsoled. I mean, that's the first time he's actually been funny. You know, Clownsole was actually
Clownsole was funny.
Yeah,
it was inappropriate.
It was very inappropriate, but it is the first time I can be like, haha, that was actually a good one. I have to give him, I'll give him his flowers for that one there. Yeah, it might cost him his Pro Hoc Vice, but hey, Pro Hoc Vice might get kicked off. Okay, so there was a handwritten note, though, informing that the meeting, quote, had been canceled. I said it again, canceled. Due to council members unable to attend. Canceled.
And if you ever watch those meetings at Otter Creek, they're always canceled, by the way. It's like a constant thing. It's definitely not just this issue. They get canceled all the time. And I'm not
Yes.
sure why, but I've never seen one actually happen. I'm not even sure if that town actually exists.
This is funny. Later that evening, YouTube broadcaster Living the Country Life with Thomas Collins filmed Mr. Pageant driving past Town Hall in his golf cart.
Which can be seen. Oh, is this a
Oh
live link?
my God, tell me it is.
Yes, it is. All right, wait. We're going over there. Hold on, folks. We're going over.
Let's see him,
We gotta-
let's see him drive by.
This is my favorite part about this story is Zim. I'm telling you. This is my favorate thing ever.
Zim is a character in this stuff.
God, he's so funny. Oh, wait. Oh, was it set?
Wait,
It
was
is.
it 51?
Set.
Yeah.
It was
Go ahead
50
and close the
there we
link
go.
and pull it back again. There you go. All right. Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah. There you go.
There he
You can't even
goes.
tell what that is, though. He's so
I know
fast,
it.
he blurred the camera.
That was Zim right there.
How do we know?
And his worker.
Well, we don't.
That could have
We
been
don't
any
know
other.
because this guy he filmed it with a potato. Apparently.
600 lift can. Yeah, there's a big boy crap out there
Here we go.
for sure. I know my engines and small block Chevys and stuff. Oh. I
What's he
mean,
doing? Just sitting around.
I don't know that-
filming, man?
I don't know.
I mean, you're asking Mike nerve the engine and what makes me.
Where is he? Where are you, Zim?
It was at 50.
I
What
bet that's a bad setup. Full roller. I want to go hydraulic every time you drive it.
Here we go. It went totally blurry right before Zim comes in. Oh God, not your face. We don't want to see your face. We want to see Zim on the golf
It's got a
cart.
timestamp. Just go to the timestamp.
Oh, what
I don't
was the
remember it off
timestamp?
the file.
51:10. All
I know
right.
y'all can't see nothing. Can't believe
Yeah.
there's
So
this
why are you filming?
golf cart.
There he goes.
Here he goes. He's so fast that he blurs the camera.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's magical.
And you can't tell if that was him. You know.
No, I mean, and that could be any Otter Creek citizen riding around on a golf cart.
I love this guy. He's pointing a
did too.
camera at his face, which is completely dark. And he's like, well, I know you can't see nothing. Well, then why are you filming?
I'm
What are you
filming
doing?
out in the middle of nothing. And what the fuck was going on anyway?
This is nothing. I did
I'm so
see the
confused.
Otter Creek orbs, though. Did you see all those orbs? Jeff's
No.
been really busy in Otter Creek.
No. Those are the other bloodsuckers that live out there, otherwise known as mosquitoes, instead of bad neighbors.
Well, yeah, right.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
man.
Allegedly.
This is so good.
Uh,
All right. I think you left off
Earlier-
it earlier.
Earlier, the broadcaster explained that he had spoken to a process server who had been waiting to serve the mayor, Zim Paget. What the fuck, dude?
What? So he's
What?
quoting this random
Th-
YouTuber's.
Is this the guy that Cook fucking did his interview with that was pretty damn defamatory? Is this the guy?
I don't know. I don't
I
pay
can't keep 'em-
attention to
I
these
can't
side characters. I can't
I
keep
don't
them
know.
straight. I don't
It's
know.
hard.
They call him Busted Can of Biscuits Boy. I
Is
don't
this
know
the
what that
one? I don't even know the background on this guy.
Yeah, it's Biscuit Boy. Okay, wait. I have to do the thing again where I search for things that need to be redacted. It's just Bruce's. He puts his own email address on here, so I just won't go down that far. And then we have other pages to look at. So let's see. We're at the end here, which is basically saying, wait, where the hell did it go? Oh, right. All right, here we go. On March 19th, the subpoena was posted on the door of Mr. Paget's residence. See Exhibit A. Mr. Paget did not appear for the deposition on March 21st at 10 a.m., necessitating this motion to try to accomplish his deposition. The defendants will be prejudiced if they are unable to depose Mr. Paget, and yet the plaintiff will seek to use his very ambiguous affidavit, document 24-4, in opposition to summary judgment and call him as a witness should the case reach trial. Okay, so he's like, I'm whining to the court that I can't serve Zim. He's too zippy for me, and I keep missing him. He's just zipping around on his golf cart, and nobody can serve him. Then there is
help me.
There is a return of service, and it just shows. And by the way, he has doxed Zim. He has not blocked out his address. It's all over this return of service thing that I'm looking at right
Well, that's interesting. I thought that he wrote Randy because he was so mad and he was going to sue. All of these people were going to sue because he was a doxer, putting out addresses and more.
Yeah, that's what he said. And here is the evidence of the town hall meeting being canceled. The town hall meeting for March 18th has been canceled due to council members unable to attend. We will reschedule the March meeting and the date will follow.
Oh,
They're always canceling.
I want to
shit over
interview Zim, man. I'm telling you. I want to ask him about his golf cart. His golf cart is what I just called it.
All right. So now which document, though, is the one where he wants to drop the claims? 111? Do I not have that? I don't have that. Hold on.
11. It's just a couple of pieces. It's not very.
Do you have it? I don't have it.
I can't get it. But yeah, give me one second. I mean, it's like nothing there. Yeah, it's just 2 pages. Just give me one minute.
See 110.
I got it. Just give me a minute. I'll have it for you. I'm screenshotting it. That's where I have to again give some love to Max Lab. Max Lab sent it over earlier, and of course, as always, Max Lab getting us out of the fire for that one.
Yes, it's very. Oh, and by the way, Max Lab did send me an email earlier and said there is nothing new. So he's not sure why people think there is, but there is nothing new on the docket. So everyone can calm down. We have everything that is new today.
Yeah, I mean,
and
actually,
it would be unusual for something to show up on the docket this late at night. It would normally things get put in before
somebody
5.
filed something late. I mean, we were talking about like 1 page here, okay, and then you have this signature,
right?
So I got it here though.
All right, let me grab it.
Give me one.
Okay.
Bam, there, beer.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Oh, I don't think I've read this. So defendant's request for order under the rule dismissing counterclaims counts 2 and 3. Pursuant to the rule, the defendants request an order dismissing counts 2 and 3 of their counterclaims. See document numbers 69 and 70. Can you pull up 69 and 70 when you have a second?
Yeah.
Except as provided in Rule 41A1, an action may be dismissed at the plaintiff's request only by court order on terms that the court considers proper. Unless the order states otherwise, a dismissal under this paragraph is without prejudice. The defendants wish to pursue these claims in a separate action in their forum of choice, along with other claims against the plaintiff unrelated to this case. Really? What would be unrelated to this case? Dismissal will also render moot the motions to dismiss Docs 109 and 110, eliminating the need for the court to rule on those motions. Those motions are not wasted because they can be used by the plaintiff in response to the same claims when brought in a different action. Oh, that's your excuse for multiplying the proceedings?
Yeah, I mean, he's saying he's going to bring something else. Isn't that polyflop?
Mm-hmm. Sure seems like it should
I pulled
be.
up the, did you want me to pull up 69
Yep,
or
I
70?
do. Because he's dismissing, what did he say? Counts 2 and 3.
That's the 540.08 is what he's talking about. That's,
all right.
And the invasion here. Okay.
All right. So I just want to see what those counts are.
Yeah, I'm pulling the Cook one, whichever. I think this is 69.
69.
Yeah,
of course it is.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Exactly.
Right. Counts 2 and 3. So count 2, the misappropriation of the thumbnail of the defendant's image and likeness. Okay, so they're saying they want to bring that one again, that loser claim.
So that'll be 3 times. They want to bring it a 3rd time. They've already had it in court. They're already looking at sanctions on it. They put it in this one. Now they want to drop it again, and they want to pick it up a 3rd fucking time. At what point are you not? You're not like, hey, we should be able to pick up fees. We deserve our court costs on this. They have already wasted a lot of time. They have wasted a lot of money, and
I would file something to ask the judge to rule that he can dismiss them, but only with prejudice, not without.
And with you know, I would want my I would want my cost because he's
Yeah.
already had to argue against this again.
And that's why, by the way, he's asking plaintiff to respond, because he can't just rule on this without a plaintiff's response. All right. So what was count 3? What's count
It's
3
the
then?
invasion of privacy by
So both failed things. But when he says we want to bring it somewhere else, you already did bring it somewhere else.
Yeah, they've done this before, but they're talking about we're going to bring a monster filing against Germany. Hell, they've actually been talking about bringing a monster filing against everyone. That's what they've been talking about lately. I'm telling you, like they've already proven that they're filing vexatious lawsuits. I mean, the way that they're doing this, they're trying to drop it yet again because they can't get it right. I mean, a third go, fuck that. You know, plus 2 other cases. Yeah, no.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is nuts.
I would immediately file something against them. If they pulled me up in a lawsuit, I'd be like, oh, no. You know, not only that, but on top of that, yeah, pulling any of us in, good luck again. They've been mailing us. How many times have they mailed us and told us to cover this now? So, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to get to super chats because we've had a really fun night here, and I think we've covered everything I wanted to cover.
It's been a wild one tonight. Yeah,
it has been fun, and there's so much to go over. Later this week, and we'll be on your channel tomorrow night. Do you want to hang around for some super chats, or do you have to get
hang for a little bit? I'll hang for a little bit.
All right.
You know, for you.
Cool. All right, Sticky Widget. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Said Megan, I totally saw the orbs. I think you are getting a visitor. Just wave and say hi. Yeah, the weird part is that I only see it if the camera's on and not if the camera is off. So I'm not seeing anything in my studio now, but if the camera were on, it might be happening. I don't know. When the camera's on, I can see weird stuff lately. Just lately, not before, just since Jeff's been gone, which is weird.
You know, there's another random thing we didn't talk about since you were gone. You know that Harry, what's his name? Sisson or whatever
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
that situation.
It's why, you know, again, I haven't seen anything proving, you know, that he's done anything illegal, but it is fascinating because he is a heavy believe all person. So
yeah, isn't that interesting? And people politicize absolutely every single thing, and I really don't like that. Like Henry Sisson, he's on the left. He's a left-leaning commentator for Democrats, and so all the Republicans are very quick to jump on the let's go get Sisson bandwagon. And I think that's totally wrong. For one, first thing, I hate defending guys like this. Just like you were talking about Justin Baldoni. It's like, yeah, like these are not my people. But the truth is the truth. And you cannot coerce a grown woman into sending you nudes. A grown-ass woman can say no to that. You can choose as an adult that it's not a good idea to send nudes of yourself on a text to some stranger or some celebrity you met online. That's a terrible life choice. And if you make that choice, it is nobody's fault but yours that you decided to take nudes and send them to someone. You're an idiot. Nobody else is at fault. And I'm tired of hearing this story. Oh, he groomed me. You don't groom a 20-year-old, ma'am. You're 20.
Well, and they were complaining in that he wasn't exclusive. They were misled because he was not. And I was like, are you kidding
welcome
me?
to everything ever from the history of mankind of how men behave towards women. They lie. Men lie to women to get what they want. Is this something you're just learning?
I was just like, okay, well, it was really fast how it bandwagon. It wasn't just repubs canceling them either. You know, it was fascinating that people that were in his chat cheering him on, they suddenly were like, oh, he's gone, he's done. It was like, wow, it was politicized for sure. Like,
it's so politicized, you know, and I think that's not a way to make Americans friends again. I believe we should be friends again. Stop this division between the political parties because we are just neighbors, and treat each other like that. Like, who cares who you voted for? I don't care what your views are on politics, and maybe you'll convince me that your views are right. We can talk about it, sit down, have a beer, go to a barbecue together. But let's be friends, you know? And this is not a way to make people friends by one tribe decides that they just, they hate the other tribe. So regardless of whether he's right or wrong, we're going after him because this is an opportunity. I don't like that. I don't like Sisson. I don't like him. He's like scummy to me.
He's slimy.
He's slimy as
fucking,
fuck.
he's taking money behind the scenes to, I mean,
but it's
tens of
totally
thousands of
illegitimate.
dollars.
It is totally illegitimate to go after him for being a playa. Play is
Yeah,
playa.
I mean, if they're gonna
Play is play.
prove
That's
it,
what they do. That's what
Yeah,
they do. And
well-
like, it's not illegal to lead a woman on and tell her that you like her more than you do so that you can get nudes. It's immoral,
yes,
but
if
it's
we're talking
not
about a moral
illegal.
thing, yes,
It
I
is
mean, if we were-
immoral, but there's no law against it.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You women out there sending nudes to people, you're the ones who need to go to the therapist and get therapy for why you do this.
Yeah, just
Stop
don't.
doing
I
it.
mean, that was just, again, if we were having a moral debate, that would be one thing. But I mean, there were so many people and again, I was enjoying seeing the sparked outrage because I'm on the. I think that somebody themselves, like him, he's a believe all accusers type. So he himself should cancel himself. I mean, that's the way. Once you're accused, if you believe that, you just bow out, cancel yourself. That's how it should go. I should get to watch that, and it would be funny, but it never goes that way.
You know what's funny is that there is an interesting thing happening where I do think that most people outside of the political sphere, they do want to be friends with each other and they don't want to get involved in this stuff.
Yeah.
But when these factions, these warring factions on Twitter keep doing this to us, they make us think that that's what it really is. Like that's what's really going on. But I don't really think so.
Twitter's
I
not
think
real life. That's what people need
it's
to
not real
understand.
life.
It's
No.
not. I mean, I know plenty of people in my real life. Like for me, again, I am pretty, I think, black pilled on on any party these days. I'm totally into them, but I have friends all over the spectrum with it, and that's okay with me. When we sit down, we don't talk politics. Every now and then, something will come up, and it may even get heated for a second. But you know what? They're older. I don't have a lot of younger friends, that would be like, "Screw you, I'm dropping you." Which you do see a lot of this shopped on people through TikTok, through Twitter, and all of it. Most people can just be like, "Yeah, I keep that separate." Most of the time, though, we talk about things that, I mean, it may matter in the like we're talking about gas prices or something like that, but we're not arguing over stupid bullshit.
Well, right. And it's changing your opinions on things based on the politics of the person you're targeting is a real bad take. And there are some conservatives out there like just going whole hog trying to cancel Sisson. And I'm like, you're a bunch of hypocrites. Stop. Because we would never put up with this with somebody on our side. We'd say, no, they're all grown adults. They're all consenting. This is not a Me Too issue. This is just some girl does not like the fact that she didn't get the attention that she wanted. So, okay, Karen, you're confused. There hasn't been, we did read the order early in the stream. It's not new. The order from the judge is basically just saying that the plaintiff needs to respond in an expedited fashion.
Yeah. Oh, is that what people are talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's document 113, which is the order, which we did read at the very beginning of the program. If you missed it, you can go back.
No, I mean, it is just basically saying, though, he has a few days to respond to what we just read. So, I mean, it's not
right.
And when we talked about it, it was like, well, isn't it interesting? Now, why does he want to rule on that so fast? Oh, well, maybe he's already got it. He can't make a decision. Well, I mean, they have to be able to sound off on it. I'm curious what Randy will have to say about that, because again, they bragged. Remember when Bruce bragged openly that they weren't going to get sanctioned because they had played this game of moving this case around, because they had taken that thumbnail case, they had stuck it in the counterclaims. That was his plan, even though they did it under the guise of Stark is sick.
Yep.
Now they're wanting to do it again. And that's stuff. I mean, we've got some stuff to talk about with that tomorrow, like I said, and we'll get more in depth with it then too.
L. Terrence, thanks for becoming a new Fox Den member. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird here, but you'll get used to it. I promise. Sticky Widget gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much. And so did Auntie Audie. I appreciate that. Welcome all of you who got those memberships. And Gina Oxen, thanks for the 10. Welcome back. Well, it's good to be back. Angel Parent Perez, thanks for the 20. Good to have you back, Megan. I like that little fox emoji. That's cute. Mud Dog, thanks for the 2. Thank God poor Tug was lost without his evil half. I'm the evil half.
Yes, you're the
I'm
evil half.
not this guy.
If you ran your mouth like that in real life to me, I will beat you with a fucking hand.
Motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's my favorite part of that
I
whole
love it.
thing.
That
What you
song is
say?
amazing.
What you say? Motherfucker.
That was funny.
I swear to God, every time I get super angry, I just channel Tug. Motherfucker.
I loved that. You know, it was funny because of that guy, man. He tongued out. And I was like, dude, I've been at conventions. Why don't you come and say that to my face?
Oh, that is one of the greatest clips I've ever heard in my whole life. I listened to that whole thing of you guys going at it, and it was just the greatest. It was just the greatest thing ever. I loved it. It's somewhere. I have it bookmarked somewhere.
Yeah, I
Max Lab, thanks for the 2, says, hey, Megan and Tug. Well, hey, back. Thanks for being here. Just hey, Jip. No, just J Hip. I just said just hey, Jip.
Hey, just hey, Jip.
Just J Hip. Thanks for the 5. Welcome back, Megan Fox. I missed you. Well, I missed being here. So thank you so much.
Congrats on his monetization, by the way.
That's right. They did get monetized, and they were keeping me entertained on my deathbed in Arizona. It was fun to listen to. I still have one I think I have to catch up on that I still am behind on, but it is good times. It seems like after Just J Hip and Starchasm read the Twitter of what would you even call it? The Twitter happenings of the Vile crew. They have finally decided to stop talking on Twitter. Finally, it only took 4 or 5 live streams just destroying them.
I'm telling you, this dude is like a weird ex-girlfriend, though. Look at this. Like this, I took a screenshot and I deleted some of them beforehand. but this is... I was like, good Lord, man.
God, he really wants your attention, Tug.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd already, like I said, I deleted some of them in this time period, too, because I didn't think, it'd be funny to keep them and show them all together. But I mean, look at this stupid. Oh, my God.
Well, they finally stopped giving Just J Hip, they've finally stopped giving him content. So I don't know what his next stream is going to be about.
You've got articles and everything else you can read, too. You could have a fun field day with that.
Yeah, but they finally figured out, though, that the Twitter thing wasn't going well for them.
We didn't mention, so there's another case that we stumbled across where this guy is.
Right.
It's got paint chips involved.
Should we pull that up?
I don't know that channel. I don't know how they are about their content.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we'll do it on a Rumble night, maybe.
They have Instagram and stuff. I wonder if reaching out to that person would be something today.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Although, I know we'll talk about this later. I also had a little bit of a concern there, but I'll let you know about it later.
Okay.
But I was thinking about that also. But
we found paint chips involved in another. There's some pretty nasty accusations about him involved in yet another case.
A stalking case.
Yep.
Being brought in specifically to stalk someone. A stalker for hire, you guys.
Yep.
What have we been saying? What have we been saying? All right.
That's what I said. Bully for hire. That's what I kept calling him.
It's exactly what they are. Jack's Art, thanks to the New Zealand 9. Love this song. Missed you so much. Love to you and Tug. Well, I missed you guys too. Thanks for the love. I have my favorites. Thanks for the 2. Fear of flocking, missing out. Angel Parent Perez, thanks for the 5. It was Jeff messing with you. That's what I think, because it did make me laugh. And also, Jeff did think it was funny to derail my train of thought. He did think
That's
that
why I
was
stuck
funny.
around for super chats, because look how long I've derailed. I've already derailed you for over 10 minutes. It's pretty awesome.
That is true. That is
Mhm.
true. I'm like, I'm trying to get to the super
Yeah, I'm like,
chat.
hell to the no, you ain't. This is your day back. I'm gonna fuck this mess up.
3 hours later. Susan Way, thanks to the 5. What if the judge waited to review the lawyer disbarred info? Waited to review it? Oh, you mean whatever happens with his disciplinary case in Connecticut? I don't think it would make a difference because it has nothing to do with what's in front of this judge. He needs to look at what's in front of him. Allie S, thanks for the 5. That lawyer is appealing. And the one that got disbarred, of course he is.
Yeah,
And
of
we
course
are
he is,
going to
yeah.
watch his proceeding, by the way, because it is good stuff. It is very good
That's
to
wild.
watch. It's very wild to watch. Yeah. Ellie Fan, thanks for the 2. You heard it here first, folks. Balls derail Megan. Hashtag team balls. Are we doing hashtags anymore? I feel like
Team
hashtags.
balls.
Team
Oh,
balls.
no.
Team ball. You don't know about team balls? Are you that was the first question Nick Ricada would ask anybody on his show. Are you balls or no balls? Team balls or
Yeah,
no balls?
I remember that.
And I had no idea what he was talking about, but I was like, I am clearly team balls. I mean, how can you be no ball? How would you pick no balls? How is that appealing in any way? You have to be team balls, right? I mean, even if I don't know the context. It turns out I was right. Of course. AKA the cat lady, thanks for the 5. Madam Mayor had crazy orbs flying around her today, too. Even though she was sitting next to Brett, they were only around her. That is
Yeah,
so weird.
Hey, you've got a radar. Let me ask.
All right.
Hey, we were talking about your call that one time where you called, when you got Sissy's phone. Yeah. And we were wanting to know, who did you call again? Do you remember?
The cops.
The cops. Oh my goodness. What did you talk to with the cops?
I didn't call the 911 automatically, but I just put different numbers in.
Oh. Well, when it pulls it up, were they nice when you talked to them?
Yeah.
They were. What'd they talk about?
Aw.
Were they like, yo, what's up?
I keep that one a secret.
Oh, it's a secret today. Okay. All right.
That's a secret.
Okay. So that's all a secret, just what y'all talked about.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too. All right.
I
Yeah.
just want to say I love you, and this clay is pretty soft.
Okay. Well, thank
The
you for
clay is
that.
pretty soft. It's very
Oh,
slushy.
I like how that
You know,
changed
make it-
subjects. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, Dad.
All right. I'll see you later then. Thank you for
I
telling me. you love
I
me.
just came here to tell you I love you.
Yeah. That's what I figured. This one usually we get. I don't want to talk about it, but this one, that's my secret.
Oh, it's funny. Bill Jarzemba, thanks for the 2, says Jeff's orbs say no more vacations.
That's what they spell out on the screen if you slow them down. You track their flight. Yeah. It's like, what up with this vacation?
Snarkasm, thanks for the 2, says he was twirling the end of his mustache. Hi, Jeff. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. I see them at the wildlife rehab facility where I'm a volunteer wildlife rehabber. We see them on our security cameras. We see them when an animal dies. That is so weird. And kind of cool. Elephant, thanks for the 2. Less about Jeff's balls, more about hair. Wender Bender, thanks for the 5. Hi, Megan, Tug and Chat. Jeff is laughing his ass off. Yes,
Yep.
probably. It's good times. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Was a new order from the judge today. Yep, we got to that. AKA
And
the
thank you,
cat.
Max Lab, too.
Yes, thank you very much. Remember, for 7 months, new nickname, Polly Twats. Not my idea, but it's brilliant. I like Polly Twats. That's funny. Diana Luttrell. You know what's funny? In the UK, they say twat, and we say twat, and they think it's really weird that we say twat instead of twat. What is Polly Twat? Actually sounds hilarious.
Twat.
Polly Twats. If we say twat here in America, no one knows what you're saying. So maybe that's how we should pronounce it, because then YouTube won't know and they won't ding me. Diana Luttrell, thanks for the 2. Jeremy found you a pencil sharpener with tug on it. Jeremy found you a pencil sharpener with tug on it? Huh.
Really?
need
Did
to
I miss that?
need to see. I guess I missed that. I'll have
I
to
missed
ask him
that
about
too.
that.
Yeah.
Kyra Lee, thanks for the 10. I hope your mom does okay. Yeah, me too. She's not doing well. She's very sick. John Beck, thanks for the 10 breadsticks for Megan and Tug. Appreciate that. Thank you for the breadsticks. I love those breadstick money. Ty Sticks, thanks for the 2. Does no tax on tips apply to super chats? Well, it will, but we don't have that yet.
Yeah,
So
not yet.
2024 is still tax on tips, and so I have to pay on it. But if next year there's no tax on tips, guess what, baby? It's all gravy,
yeah.
baby. It's all gravy.
God,
And it
that'd
ought to be.
nice, wouldn't it? Yes, it should be.
There should be no tax on tips.
There shouldn't be self-employment tax. It's insane too.
Think
I
about
mean,
this.
doing this.
You people out there who send tips in, you've already paid taxes on that money.
Yeah.
That money, they're getting triple tax on it because you got taxed with your paycheck, right? They took it out there. Then you get taxed to send it to Google, right? They take some, and then I get taxed on it too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, the government is the biggest pickpocket in the whole damn world.
They are. Like I said, it's a business partner that doesn't do anything. I mean, what are they doing for me, honestly? And I know there's people that spin that. Well, we wouldn't have this or that with it. Really? Have you seen what they spend our money on?
Yeah, and then what they do is they shake you down for what you make, and they tell you we won't put you in jail if you hand it over.
Yeah.
That's the real kicker is if you don't pay it, you go to jail. So it's like, oh, this is mandatory. I see. This is force. You're taking my money through force. I see how this works. This is robbery. But we're not allowed to talk about it that way. Taxation is theft. Taxation is theft, people. All right. Anyway, pay your taxes. Be a good citizen. And Dan Davis became a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den.
Right to jail, right away.
That was an accidental button, but it was funny. It works. Dan Davis, thanks to the 2, says, I think Jeff was driving the car. That would have been funny. Ray, aka Ball Python King, member for 4 months, is Herbie the Love Bug. I loved that movie. God, I loved that. I loved the Herbie movies so much. Those old Disney movies were so great with Jodie Foster and Kurt Russell and all the oldies. Ellie Fan, thanks for the 5. Nope, the show Upload had a self-driving car that unalived the person. I loved that show. Upload was a good show. Did you ever see that, Tug?
Yeah.
That was funny. Rick's Cowboys 1090, thanks to the 2. Most people prefer my Uber than Waymo Arizona driver. Really? I had a good time in the Waymo. I didn't have any problems. I didn't feel that weirdness like with a driver where you're like, is he going to maybe kill me or take me to the place where I am going?
Yeah.
Because I do often have that thought when I get into an Uber or a cab. I think, will I make it to my destination, or are we driving to a desolated rest stop somewhere?
That's why I like being strapped all the time, because
I don't think men have these thoughts as much as women do, but it's something that I'm always
I don't know. Like men have thoughts about like when you look around, you notice next time you watch men walking around, notice how if men meet eye contact, one person will either nod or they'll look aside or something because you have to worry about aggression and all kinds of other shit. They're like just meeting eye contact. Just watch men do that.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, men have a whole different world that I don't live in, that I don't know about. And all I can tell you is what's in my head. And I'm always thinking that a cab driver is going to murder me. Puzzler. These are the 2. LP needs a self-driving lawyer.
Unfortunately, he's driving everything off a cliff right now. So.
Everything is the end of that movie. Oh God, I've forgotten it. Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise.
Everything.
Oh my
is Thelma
God, you could have BBB as like Thelma
with the scarf around his neck. He's got the scarf tied around his head. Who's in the car with him? Definitely that vile fake journalist and paint chips. And they're just going over the cliff with their hands up like, yeah.
Props to Shar for getting off that bus when she did, man.
Tell me about it.
I mean, really,
that was one
every
stinky
time I look
bus.
at that stuff. Yeah, when you look at like they sick people again, you notice Darth Touch in that new video. We'll go over that whole video, but him trying to hit her up and go after her. I mean, You can just, they sicked him on her.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Anyway.
They sure did. Jeffrey Montgomery, thanks for the 5. Megan and Tug, super chats are tips, and y'all should also know that square bullet points don't count as income. Thank you for keeping us informed. Thank God they don't, or I would have a very difficult time accepting them. Fallen Hero 4567, member for 9 months. Wow, thanks for being here that long. And Slug Entertainment, member for 2 months, says, I have returned to raise Grandma Megan's blood pressure. I also brought Korean big spam cans. Life is good. Elevators for Archie. I'm not putting in a dog elevator. I'm sorry, but I'm just not that wealthy. Puzzler, thanks for the 2. I think it should now be called Folly Plop. Folly Plop.
Folly Plop.
I love it. Jeffrey Montgomery, thanks for the 2. I'm not a CPA, so take my advice with salt grains. Dwayne Rapp gifted 10 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you for that. And he also sent 50, says, take my ramen money. Very generous. Thank you, Dwayne. Puzzled Puzzler, thanks to the 2. Weasel Deuce, Weasel Deuce, Weasel Deuce. That's like Beetlejuice.
Yes,
but Weasel Deuce.
That's funny.
Jones Sclafani, thanks for the $20 super sticker. Appreciate you. Puzzled Puzzler, thanks for the 2. Maybe the room was cold and he had orb shrinkage.
Oh, shoot.
I wish I could tease Jeff right now about the size of his orbs.
I would. I would all day long. You see, that's the stuff. Like,
why are your orbs so small, Jeff? Shrinkage. Oh God, that's good. Alias, thanks for the 2. Don't you have the emotion? Don't you have to have emotions to claim distress? Yes, I would think so. Dwayne Rapp, thanks for the 50. Another 50 says this is for Jeff. For Jeff's orbs. This is for Jeff's orbs. For him to get orb implants. Alias, thanks for the 2. You should go fund Zim a Waldo costume. Oh, I think the Waldo thing's been done already in Otter Creek. I believe it's already been done. P Bear and M Bear, thanks for the 5. Watching BBB's cases implode is like watching a game of whack-a-mole play itself. That is an astute observation, because it does seem like he's knocking down his own cases. Why is he doing this?
it's weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
It's also, it seems, when you keep dismissing and trying to bolster your argument somewhere else, what it tells you, again, that you had a loser of the case. Otherwise they would have gone out. If they thought the counterclaims were something that they could take Jeremy Hales down with, then they would just stick with that. But what they're telling you is, no. We're going to try to merge this into super case, which, holy shit, I can't wait to read that filing. I mean, if it's anything like T5, oh my God, it's going to be gloriously stupid, or the counterclaim. They're terrible too,
Yeah, it's very strange to me. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anybody file cases, dismiss them, refile them, and then dismiss those, and then threaten to refile them again.
No, I got a better one. So I was talking to somebody about BBB, and it was like, there was a lady that claimed that Elon Musk was stalking her. All right. She filed these pro se filings, and they were crazy. Well, you know what? Hers at least had an excuse for being so awful. BBBs, they read about the same. They read like conspiratorial nonsense. They remind me a lot of hers. In fact, some of them keyword up, but he's a lawyer. She's, when we look at her, we're like, she's deranged. She's mentally ill. Well, what the shit? I mean, when we look at this again, no matter what you think about the people involved in these cases, when you look at a lawyer, they should be a professional of a certain caliber. Do you feel like BBB is that? Because dropping, and God, leaving breadcrumbs behind the scenes of your conspiracies. God.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I want to destroy this man and his YouTube empire. By a lawyer wrote this. Like, I am flabbergasted. My gasted is flabbered. I'm telling you, my gasted is completely flabbered by this.
Very
I love the word
so.
Flabbergasted. What a word.
Well, it's
fantastic
insane
word.
to think.
Think about
that
this.
lawyer wrote that. Yeah, it's not, it would be bad enough if we were talking about like LMNOP or somebody writing this, but this is just the guy who inserted himself into this that is not a player in it whatsoever. Like he would throw an absolute shit fit. If somebody started talking about wanting to destroy him and destroy his job and everything, he would fucking sue. He's made that clear. I would sue you over that. Call him an ambulance chaser. Oh, no clients. I'm going to sue you.
Yeah, he thinks he can sue us over calling him an ambulance chaser. That's hilarious. Meanwhile, he's in DM saying, I want to destroy this man and his YouTube empire. Wow.
He also, did you read the statements on Shara's last video that came from Bruce too, where he's telling her, it doesn't matter that you're being mistreated by LMNOP. We need you on this case.
It's right here. I need her. I need you. She needs both of us, whether she admits it or not. And it's all, we can just limit your time with her. And she's just very difficult. Our client is so difficult. I wonder what Lynette thinks about these texts, by the way. Lynette, how's it feel to know that Bruce behind your back is telling everybody how difficult you are?
What about the John Cook? John Cook, he's left. This was when he was behind bars, and that's probably for the best. He's disparaging his own client.
My God. I don't know. Like I've never seen a lawyer act like this. I just haven't. I just have never seen this, and I'm at a loss for words sometimes because I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say anymore. Like this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole damn life.
The one thing the way he's invested in this, though, this is not going to go. I realize that Jeremy, he wants to get back to life. He wants to get back to business. This stuff, it has an impact on your life. It has an impact on everything about you. But unfortunately, he is picked up with somebody that has gone so beyond the pale. Again, getting people like paint chips involved, getting 2L, all these crazy fucking pieces of garbage. That just tells you they're going to ride this until I don't know when. It's scary and it's weird. I've never seen anything like it at all.
I know. Terry Halliday, thanks for the 5, says, please don't take this wrong. You clean up well. You're very pretty. Well, thank you.
You clean up well.
I clean up well.
I know. That's what I tell people. When I put on light here, I'm going to get cleaned up real quick. After I'm out of the pool, look at my hair there. Look at that.
That Jerry curl is amazing.
Well. Yeah,
it's amazing. Well, sometimes I do look like this. Let's be honest. Sometimes I have the pond scum going on. And, I am a busy mother of 4 and running around, getting dinner on the table. I don't always look like that. I don't always look like my movie star self.
You should put that up yourself. You're like, rate my look 1 to 10.
BK gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome all of you to the Fox Den who got those. Thank you so much. That was so generous. I have my favorites. Thanks for the 2. Derailed and derailed again.
Indeed.
LES, thanks for the 5. Zim zippity, zim zippity, zim zim zaroo. Bubbles can't catch him and neither can you. That's good. Terry's in Minnesota, thanks to the 20. I absolutely love the huge difference of the length of names between the 2 defendants. Does Lynette realize how ridiculous she makes herself look? Yes, this is a rhetorical question. I know. Every time I see the filings, it's so funny. Lynette, Michelle, Lacey, Alexis, Preston versus John Cook versus Jeremy Hale. It's crazy. Crystal, thanks for the 5. Telling kids their ears turn bright red when they're fibbing works great. Their faces say it all. That's mean. That's so mean. I remember when we were kids, adults would tell us that if we peed in the pool, the water would turn colors. It was years before I figured out that was untrue.
My littlest daughter, we have all the cameras outside. She thinks they record inside too. So, like in certain places, I'm like, I don't record in your bedroom, but I don't, I let her think in certain areas, like things she's not supposed to mess with ever, that could be dangerous. I'm like, oh yeah, there's camera up there. I can see it too. You know, so she
Yeah.
won't even go near it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Janice Wingfield, thanks to the 20 for I don't want to talk about it. Bug sister, log in for Megan. Well, thank you so much. Kitty Kate, member for a month. I'm in the Fox Den. Yay. Welcome to the Fox Den. So glad you're here. Patty Dahlheimer, thanks for the $5 super sticker. Appreciate that. And Dan Davis, thanks for the 2. Deuce's favorite song, Can You Smell That Smell? Oh, no. Dwayne Rapp gifted 20 memberships. Wow, Dwayne. What a night we're having here. Thank you so much. That's so generous. And to all of you who got those, give Dwayne a thank you because he just dropped, 40 memberships tonight, I think?
Yeah. Dwayne, awesome, man. He did that the other night, too.
Yeah,
on
Dwayne,
my
thank
channel,
you.
too. Thank you, buddy.
Peggy, thanks for the 5. Love the Zim stories. You had me laughing so hard. Oh, Grok is good for that, man.
Oh, my God, that freaking video. Now, I like the video where the cops are chasing that. That is beautiful.
Go, Zim, go.
Oh.
Mud Dog, thanks for the 2. As a lazy guy who drives an Uber, thanks, Megan. Sorry. I mean, I don't take Ubers that much, so I'm not taking a whole lot of revenue from anybody. I'll tell you that much. Ellie Van, thanks for the 2. OMG, Snake Chorus resurrected. Yes, we love
Yep.
Snake Chorus. Ellie Fan, thanks for the 2. Is there a Bigfoot in this video? Yes, the Thomas Collins video. There might have been. You know what? It would have been perfect too if Bigfoot had showed up right when the video went blurry, and Bigfoot goes padding by. Perfect. One Rad Tech, thanks for the 2. Handwritten notice of meeting cancellation, BTE. Yeah, the meeting notices are always
What the fuck?
What?
Marla, I'm gonna redact a couple of statements on this. I'm reading the other board, okay? So I'm
What
reading
board?
something.
Oh, the Facebook page?
Yeah. Marla posted that again. I'm gonna word this a certain way, okay? Because
Okay.
She posted about. She said, "Meh." HG said JC touched her in her certain parts when asked. Since then, MP has realized that it was indeed an accident. It was investigated, and JC is still in charge of HG when MP is busy. He is her father figure, and they love each other as father and daughter. What the fuck?
What? It was investigated? Who investigated it? I thought she said that she didn't tell anybody.
Report it, you know.
How could it be investigated? Oh my God! I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it. Oh
rage!
Oh my God!
You are disgusting to me, Marla. That is disgusting. You have a child saying, "Hey, this is happening." She was saying that she needed to report it. But
this is crazy. This is flat out nuts.
At what level do you not have like spin there though? The spin.
And what's with the meh? What was this in reply to?
I don't even know. Somebody probably mentioned the fact that there were allegations of something.
Oh, this is so crazy. This is so nuts. There's something wrong with these people. It was not investigated. Lynette said she never told anybody because she didn't want her baby being taken away. So now all of a sudden investigated. Investigated by who? And how do you accidentally touch a kid? Like what?
Put under here too. She's responding to something else. She said, "Kids play with guys' chest hair, and since mom said she didn't want it, JC quit letting her. That's not schmexual. The shorts thing was an accident. Now he wears underwear under his silkier shorts. What the
good
gross
Lord.
fuck,
Ew.
man.
I didn't need that mental picture.
I mean, that's their. I'm reading their stuff just to make that clear. I mean, these are not my words. You know,
this is crazy.
Would that spin? See, when you ask these people that, would they spin that with anyone else, or would they be like, "This is fucking disturbing. Oh,
I
they've lost
don't
their minds. I'm
even.
to the point. I know that it doesn't matter what comes out for some of these people. It doesn't matter. You have allegations from one party involved to other people saying that this person has done terrible things. You have them.
I found
You
it.
have them.
I
mean,
found it.
often it's been authenticated too.
This person says one of these are true. So is John Crook a predator, or did LMNOP lie? I'd love to see the responses to this. She did several times accuse him of this. So what's the story? On a side note, if you actually thought someone was actually essaying your child, would you be anywhere near them? I think is what that's supposed to say.
Yeah.
Oh, hell, maybe I'm crazy, but I definitely say if someone essayed my child, they wouldn't be breathing. Just my thoughts. Here's where Marla responds, meh. Like, meh. HG said John touched her when asked.
How is that a fucking meh kind of stuff? Like
These people are sick. I mean, really, really sick. It's really sick to say that. I mean,
well,
this
it just
is
says it doesn't matter
crazy.
what the child says. It doesn't matter what comes up. They will always fucking excuse it. So at the end of the day, it was never about evidence. It's just about defend it no matter what.
You know, so this is interesting. So Sue continues to say, Marla, definition of an accident, a sudden, unforeseen, or unexpected event causing harm to a person. You seriously believe her multiple accusations of SA from a number of men are accidents? And then Marla says only the one.
Yeah, so
all
only
the
him.
other ones,
All the other ones are
were
real.
legit.
Yeah.
Really?
Holy
Wow.
shit.
I mean,
hope that somebody screenshot all of that, by the way, for sure, because that's
they did. It's already been like a bunch of it's been screenshot.
not
Court and Win, thanks for the 10. Time for nice, fresh, hot breadsticks. Breadsticks always make me feel better when I'm listening to people make excuses for child essay. Palmer's Archer Homestead member for 6 months. Doesn't Larry have a counterfeit reference thumbnails pending in Levy County? Counterfeit. You mean, well, he has a sanctions hearing pending for the thumbnail case in Levy County. Yes. Andre Lozier, thanks for the Canadian 2. Hi, Meg, dropping a new song, Dodging a Summons. Dodging a Summons. That'd be a good one. Randall Old Buick Black, thanks for the 2. Welcome back, Megan. Please feel better. Yes, I do feel much better. I am almost totally recovered. I'm just still a little stuffed up. Leanne Johnston, thanks for the $2 super sticker. I appreciate you. And Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 2. The JDA versus Liam Gray song is also hilarious. Not sure if I have seen that. Death's Angel, thanks.
yeah.
What? The JDA versus Liam Gray? Who wrote it?
Oh, it's another live stream. He keeps talking about how he's gonna fight him. He wants to fight JDA, you know.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah. It's a great song too. You'd like it.
I would like it. You'll have to send it to me. Death's Angel, thanks for the 5. Hugs and love. Megan and Tug. Tug wrench power active. Wow.
Indeed.
Wow.
She got that wrench and has been doing wondrous work with it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Lori Netzel, member for 6 months. It was a pencil sharpener with the word Tug on it, and I think he was putting it aside for Tug.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny. Death's Angel, thanks for gifting 1 Megan Fox membership. Welcome to the Fox Den, whoever got that. It's weird in here, but you'll get used to it eventually. Ellie Fan, thanks for the 5. Megan, I did some light research and found something called flop stock. This flop stock is a lawsuit term attached to Rapuzzi.
Flopstock.
Maybe that's what I'll call the musical.
Flopstock.
Ellie Fan, thanks for the 2. Can we call the musical Flopstock? Ellie, I just thought of that before I even saw your chat here. Yes. Amy Wells, thanks for the 5. Breadstick money. Yeah, miss you. Much love to everyone. It's good to be back. Feels good. Lil CUM Guzzla. I'm not saying that. I know you want me to, but I'm not going to. Thanks for the 5 and the emoji. Thanks a heap. Look at this.
The little glass and everything.
I know.
Oh my God!
Oh, the trolls! The trolls are trolling.
Hey, see that right
Trolls
there?
are gonna troll.
Yeah, that's good trolling. Like that is. That's
It's pretty
funny.
good. It's pretty good. But you didn't catch me. I didn't say it. Barbara, thanks for the 5. OMG, did you see they're removing the LMNOP from the alphabet song? It's completely changed. They say it's too hard. I did not hear that, but that's really terrible. That
What are
feels
they
like
gonna
a
do with it
timeline
now?
shift. Yeah, well, they're just changing it to be LMNOP probably. So they're slowing it down.
Makes it easier though. I mean, it again with kids, you want something catchy. That's the thing.
And LMNOP is so fun to say. And everybody knows what it means and what, it's fun. Snarkasm, thanks for the 2.
Rhymes.
It rhymes. Yes.
D, F, G, it's got the flow. And,
it does. You can't get rid of that. Check your email. I sent new breadstick avatars. Snarkasm did? Oh. Breadstick avatars? Hold, please. Breadstick avatars. I don't see them yet. But that doesn't mean they're not in here. Maybe they're further back. I'll have to look.
If you sent them before, bump it up again. Like just say,
send it
respond
again.
and bump it.
I get a lot of emails during the show, so it's hard to go through them right now. Sherry Shoke became a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den, Sherry. And if any of you sent anything on Cash App, my Cash App is depleted. I've spent everything on Waymos and stuff in Arizona. So we need to build that back up. You can always support the show on Cash App, Venmo, and Christopher.
Me.
What?
It depresses me when I get low,
I know. I totally depleted my Cash App reserves, and I use my Cash App for my massage therapist, which is great.
I depleted almost all of my outward paying, medical BS, and it's like, no, I love this way.
But Christopher sent me 5 on Cash App today and said, we're glad you were feeling better. Prayers for Mom. Well, I appreciate that, Christopher. And let me check the Venmo too, because I don't get notifications from Venmo. Unfortunately, I have to always manually go in and make sure that there's nothing there. Okay, we're good there. Oh, how sad. I have an $8 balance on Venmo. That's sad. It's very sad. All right. Thank you, all of you, for being here. You guys have been, as usual, an incredible audience. You always are. You're so generous with your time, and I've missed you greatly, and I'm so glad to be back. I am going to be redirecting you over to Mr. Shizzy Wiznut because he is streaming. He is back. He's back from vacation, and we want to make sure that we redirect you over there, although I can't find where the hell is the redirect? Oh, it's under customization.
It's funny, like all of y'all have to, because I was like, hey, I'm going to have a Shizzy on. It makes sense to have him on, right? Nope, he was going to. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, he was on vacation too. We were texting each other a bit.
That's
and he's like, I hate being gone. Like, this sucks.
It does. Like when you get like flowing with something, you're like, oh no. Like this is my daily. What am I doing?
I know, it's crazy. All right, so I'm sending you over to Shizzy. Make sure you go over there and give Shizzy some love. And we got a couple super chats that came floating in just now. Palmer's Archer Homestead, thanks for the 2. I meant countersuit, stupid auto spell. Oh, I think I understood that. Rogue Mama, thanks to the 2. We prefer to be called ball talkers now. I'll try to remember that. But have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Go tell Shizzy, tell Papa Nut I said hello. See ya.